Alrighty, everyone, welcome back to the Arizona Cardinals franchise and the New York Giants franchise. Welcome, Voodoo.
Welcome, Voodoo.
We are back with another sim year. This is year 8. We're really getting up there here. We're coming off of a very close game. Steelers just creaking by the New York Giants, your New York Giants, 16-13 to win their history-setting 7th Super Bowl. With the Cameron Bierman MVP, and yeah, it was close, man. It was close. Obviously, tough to see a loss there, but I'm sure, like you said, you're happy to at least get to the dance finally.
I absolutely was. It was a long-awaited trip to the Super Bowl. We did lose. Cameron Pierman had an awesome game, but our defense, we were experienced a lot of injuries. I feel
Yeah,
like we talked about it during the game that we were definitely more battered for in terms of starter injuries than the Steelers were, and it showed. We couldn't get John. We didn't. John Coyle didn't get the football once. That
true.
led literally the rest of our receivers. We had an injured receiver as well, so it was like every pass went to a guy under 75 overall, uh,
It was all
except for
Akeem,
Benacosta.
all Akeem,
Yeah, Akeem Woodson was trying his heart
the
out, and the
deep,
defense was
the
doing.
deep threat.
Yeah, our linebackers were trying their asses off, but it just wasn't
Yeah,
wasn't happening.
yeah, but it was down to the last couple plays there. Obviously, with the fourth down, um,
Yep.
just couldn't convert, but either way, we move on to this next season here. Let's talk retirements before we move anywhere else. Let's look at the Cardinals first, I guess.
Let's do it.
Cardinals have, I passed us, none.
Nothing.
Giants have
The Giants
none.
have nothing.
Awesome.
All right.
Let's look at the rest of the league. There were a couple. Big one, Micah Parsons, who's going to be a Hall of Famer based on his career. Ed Cohen, former first round pick for the Vikings, after only 9 years, calls it quits. Interesting. Uh,
Yeah, some of the first few. I think we're gonna start seeing some of the first few
yeah,
new generated players
yeah,
retiring.
that's very true. First, my kicker as well from the first set of years. Chad Ryland retires. Kool-Aid McKinstry, Kirby Joseph, also Trey Benson. Shout out to the legend, Cardinals legend, Trey Benson. Receivers leave it. A lot of Raiders leaving. Trey Harris, Zay Flowers, Alan Sheldon, the right tackle, and Brock Bowers all leaving.
Yeah, that team just got considerably worse very fast.
Yeah, you could also
Wow.
say the same about the Patriots, who lose Patrick Surtain, who played there for a year, and Amon
Oh.
Ra, who was a nice pickup a couple years ago.
It's really
Uh,
rough.
some other vets like Jade Barron, Jameer Gibbs, Lane Mason retires. That's another one
Mm,
that we
That's,
saw.
it feels a bit early for him. I don't.
Yeah,
Maybe he just wasn't. I don't
I
know
don't
how
know.
old he was exactly. Maybe he was a bit older, but that's
Still
just
is definitely
it's
young.
a tiny bit early. Yeah.
Yeah, Dorian Williams, Trevin Wallace. You get Bijan and Drake London both retiring as well for the Falcons. To their bigger. I mean, both of them were honestly still playing really well. So
I
gonna
do.
be
I do. Yeah,
tough to
Drake
fill
London
their.
had. I remember he had a great season. I think this year, or
I
maybe it
believe
was
so.
last year. But I remember he was topping the charts still. And yeah,
Yeah,
Bijan's Bijan. So that's. I think we're gonna maybe see a bit of a shift in power.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. The
the top
never mind.
teams.
Yeah, George Pickens retires. Uh, see Linderbaum retiring. Jamison Williams, Eric Garcia, the fullback for the Bills, retiring. More guys from that first draft class. Roma Dunze, and then a lot of players in free agency, like Khalil Shakir, who really found his way with the Steelers. Sadly, did not win a Super Bowl with them. Just as they, it seemed like the last
Yeah.
season, he wasn't with them, and they win a Super Bowl. Nick Benito is a big guy in this franchise. Um, Devin Witherspoon, Antoine Winfield Jr., Sam Laporta. Power Eccles retires after 10 seasons. Shout
Oh,
out to the GOAT.
yeah. What a career for him.
Brock Purdy calls it quits. He got done dirty. Uh,
Yeah.
Travon Walker, Deontay Banks, former Giant,
Rest in
calls
peace,
it
Deontay Banks, Wandale
calls it quits.
Robinson as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. Tyke Smith, former corner for the Cardinals, Chris Abrams strained for a couple years, retires as well. Um, any other? I mean, J.C. Horn's a big one too. And Tristan Wirfs, Luke Gadecki, uh, Landon Jackson, who's also one of those franchise legends.
He
For
became Franchise legend.
Yeah. Um, anyone else here? Evan Neal, Giants legend.
Oh, he finally, dude. He fucking hung
I'm
on, dude.
surprised.
I
I'm
finally
surprised.
gone.
Yeah,
Good
but
lord.
that's about it. I mean, a lot of those kind of free agent guys leaving, which I think's for the best because it was getting
Crowded.
very crowded, yeah. In there and not as many team retirements, so but the ones that did, there's a couple big batches there, specifically the Pats, Raiders definitely lost some. So
Falcons.
Falcons, yeah.
Yeah.
But mock draft 4, a big story here is the first overall pick being to the Cardinals, first time since the Kyler Murray draft. Um, I'm curious to see where we go. I think there's a lot of good ways to go. I'd be cool with the D tackle. I'm also seeing this corner, Quincy Sullivan, who's a round 1 talent, and he looks incredible. His
Do
injury's
you have
concerning,
the
but
Jalen Drake talent revealed?
no, I do not. Give it
He
to
is
me.
he is top 5 talent.
Okay,
He's
yeah,
top
I
5.
would be content with taking him for sure. He looks good. Does
And
he have a power rusher?
interestingly,
Power. Holy shit! Yeah,
uh,
he's
yeah, he looks really good.
he looks
And ever
insane.
since mock draft 2, even at pick 2, when they were projected to go pick 2,
Hmm.
they also were taking Jalen Drake. So
There you go.
this is a guy they've been mocked to them the past 3 mock drafts, and I don't expect that to change.
Yeah,
Jalen Drake really does look like the guy
I'm
here.
I'm definitely cool with it, especially because that D tackle 2 spot really hasn't been filled too well. I mean, not terrible players in the room, but definitely could get better there, especially with easily getting older. Um, so I'd be happy with that in the grand scheme of things. Really, just getting best player for the team. But your Giants further down the board, looking at first off, we see Bears looking at a quarterback, Ty Rankin, who's a first, second round talent. Um, your Giants looking at a D tackle.
I'll have to look at the expiring contracts, but
Yeah,
hearing that initially does seems like a pretty bad pick. I don't like it.
yeah. I mean, fair. I mean, I will say, as a player, he's an incredible athlete. Looks like a great speed rusher. He'd probably be a good player, but just that issue of is it really a good spot to take him for where you have other
That's
needs?
fair.
But who knows? We'll look at the let's look at your negotiations now, your salaries. I'm curious to
Yeah,
see.
it's gonna really decide whether that's a good move or not. I think Abdul Carter got extended,
It does look like that. Same thing with
and
Parker Hunter.
Parker Hunter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there you
that's
go.
huge. That's
Uh,
huge. I'm very glad to see that.
that is
Boy, am I glad to
nice.
see that.
I will say there's
Um,
some not so good news though, potentially.
Yeah, I'll get to but I do want to quickly want us to cover. Yeah, I think Abdul Carter just got extended. I think,
I
and
believe
Cameron
so. Yeah.
Snow did too because he got a 3-year contract at 27. He has another 3 years, so I think
Yeah.
he also got extended.
Maybe White
So
Boston too.
our
I think
cores,
so.
yeah, I think Wyatt Boston also got paid as well. But let's take a look at the guys who aren't coming back. John Coyle, that sucks. I mean, he's obviously really good,
Yeah.
and
And they
just
still have
yeah,
money, so that maybe they do something before, like, because we're not fully at the finish line of the negotiation, so maybe they make something happen.
maybe, but cap is getting a little thin.
Yeah,
So I don't know. You have to move some things around, some restructurings. I'm sure. Yeah, John Coyle. I mean, he's been so good in the regular season, but in the playoffs we just didn't use him. That kind of sucks. And Mason Graham is leaving, so maybe that opens up D tackle. I'll have to keep
yeah,
scrolling.
could definitely work.
Dylan Woods is also expiring contract. Mitch Harden. Quintana's an expiring contract.
Mm,
Bellamy is an expiring contract. There are some
ooh, a
guys
lot of
here.
yeah. That's definitely going to be tough still. I mean, Giants are still going to be a good team outside of that, but they definitely have some big holes. But I would say receiver got to be the biggest need
Receiver
initially,
is
right?
definitely the biggest need for sure
If you're
because
losing Coyle, yeah,
that's gonna
because
leave. I believe wide receiver one's like
it's
a 80
Alonzo.
overall guy. The guy who was injured in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. So
And
who
outside of that,
knows?
very strong. But
Akeem
yeah,
Woodson
receiver.
is the guy. That's all you need.
Maybe they thug it out. I don't know. Um,
Maybe. I don't know. That's tough though. I mean, yeah,
I
D
doubt it.
tackle though. Yeah. I mean,
I think you at least need one new, like, either drafting a guy or, of course, picking a
yeah,
good receiver up. You
yeah.
just can't.
I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
looking at your D tackle group, Shields and Peralta are both on 1 year left on their contract, so like it wouldn't absolutely make no sense to take a D tackle. It's just,
Yeah,
I mean, receiver if no
it's
Coyle
still not
looks,
the biggest need. Yeah,
yeah, it's probably one of the worst receiver rooms in the league
and
if Coyle leaves.
definitely, and linebacker is going to get thinner as well if Quintana does walk.
Yeah, that's
We do
true.
have the rookie Barkley,
And
Sebastian
Clavijo,
Barkley, and Clavijo. So there, it's not like all hope is lost. There's no one there to play the position, but
yeah.
definitely would prefer. If we're gonna
Ooh,
go get an elite guy, might be a space to look at. Corner is
corner.
also going to be a concern. Yeah, I just
Yeah,
realized that because Bellamy's leaving and Harden's leaving, so it's gonna be Terrell
yeah,
Crothers and no one else. It's
pretty
gonna be
much.
Billingsley, I believe,
Yeah,
unless he's also leaving. I don't know,
he's
but
also there for 2 more years. You got also Tyron Lipton for another year. I think he was hurt in the playoffs.
so I corner is also actually
Yeah,
pretty. Maybe maybe even I don't know. Hard to say, but it might. It's
I
up there with receiver,
it
corner
definitely
and receiver
is.
for sure.
Yeah,
Because I would even say slightly corner is slightly more needed because at least in receiver you have Alonzo and Strong, which they aren't amazing, but corner you have Crothers and literally no one else
yeah,
basically. So I would actually
yeah.
really not mind a corner there.
Also, left tackle Dylan Woods is not coming back, so that's another spot that needs filled.
Yeah, and I would have also I should have brought that up, but this O line has held up in the regular season,
Yeah,
not in the we saw what happened in the Super Bowl, but
yeah,
they they just like cheaping out at the offensive line position to keep our skill positions. It's kind of what I'm
yeah,
realizing is like we just disregard the trenches and keep our skill positions. Fair enough, but it's you got to
yeah.
figure something out here.
Yeah, I mean, I will say the O line at this point, outside of left tackle leaving, is honestly pretty solid now. Lumen is an 80. Boston's obviously still here in 88, and then Santiago's up to an 81. So really, like center's a 72, which isn't great, but Simpson did well for you. So it's really just that left tackle spot is going to be up in the air.
For sure. Let's take a look at your Cardinals though.
Yeah.
That's enough about the
Um.
Giants because the Cardinals are in basically you had polar opposite seasons, so it's gonna be an
Yes.
interesting
Yes.
parallel.
So
So walk me
looking
through
at
this.
team players that got re-signed here, it looks like Matthew Gibson maybe. I actually don't even know who he is. No, he was a rookie, I think, so maybe not. Um, trying to see if there's any names here that actually look familiar. Kevin Lewis does get re-signed. That's big.
Yep.
Center obviously didn't have a great year, but he's still an 87 overall. 3 years left on his deal. That's nice. But yeah, looking at guys who aren't coming back most likely, JP Norton, he was one of those guys I wish got more of a chance because he was superstar. He's still superstar dev, but I think we've moved on from the idea of him with our Layman, I believe, is the running back we just brought in. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, and I think it's fine to let him walk at this point. Paris Johnson leaving's fine. He was pretty horrible this past year. It sucks that he fell off so hard, but I'm okay with him leaving. Manuel Perez was, I think, just a late signing for tight end. I'm okay with him leaving. Kyle Hamilton's 34. He was awesome for me, but it's probably his time. And I think we have a guy. No, we don't. Well, yes, we do. Eric Garcia still got 2 years on his contract. He's 3 overall less. So I think we'll manage there. Um, but yeah, I mean, outside of that, it's a bunch of depth options. So really, it's just those four. But honestly, I think the only spot that I'm worried about is left tackle there, because we really don't have anyone great to fill the hole there. Mike Wheeler's a 70 overall. He's the next best guy. And also the O line is still putrid outside of center and right guard. It's really bad. Left guard's an 80, 68, and then 69 at right tackle. Nice, but yeah, O line needs a revamped look here. So, but I'm definitely okay with taking a D tackle at 1. It's kind of crowded with younger guys, but I think he's best player available. If he's gonna be an instant impact guy, and I'm assuming Dylan Easley won't come back next year, with 1 year left on his contract. So I'm okay with making that move for the D tackle. Plus, best player there, might not want to reach on a tackle. So
Fair.
corners, honestly, fine enough to let be a thing as it is right now. But yeah, I think D tackle and for the first pick, but really it's going to be the O line is the biggest thing outside of the first round, and maybe in free agency. But Everything else, honestly, pretty okay. I'm okay with where
Fair
we're
enough.
at. Um, but we'll see. We'll see how our teams handle it. Obviously, Cardinals don't have cap space to work with, -9 million right now. But let's look at the team firings for the coaches. Let's
Okay,
see.
let's take a look here.
Go down. So, not too many. You do see the Cowboys clean house of Dave Canales, Shane Steichen, and the D coordinator. Um, the Jags get rid of Nick Sirianni after a year, and that's it. It's the Jags
Wow.
and Cowboys, so very low. I guess to be fair, the AFC had a mostly good year, like a pretty like reasonable year, and then
Yeah, it was that weird season where everyone
yeah,
was like not terrible,
yeah.
not amazing.
But
Yeah. So
Cowboys went 6-11, so like I kind of
yeah,
understand. I think they had that group for a year, like 2 years or so.
it's true.
So
And the Jags definitely underperformed, so I can kind of
yeah,
get why they're cleaning up because I didn't think they would be going that be that bad, and they were. So
no, they were bottom of the league. Yeah, I thought they'd be. They made some really good defensive pickups. So being at the fourth pick in the draft is just concerning. Um,
Mhm.
so I don't have any issues with those firings, but we'll see who gets hired.
You'll see.
Let's take a little look in the next week here. See if those holes get filled. Which I mean, I know you love seeing holes get filled. Um,
Oh, you do too, Cameron.
I
We
yeah,
we love seeing
but
yes.
interesting. Nick Sirianni leaving the Jags to go to Dallas with his group of guys.
Okay,
So
there you go.
we'll see how that goes. And then the Jags actually choose a younger coach, Thomas Quinn, and take Dave Canales in as the offensive coordinator. Uh, I don't think the Cowboys pickup's great. Um,
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about Sirianni now
yeah,
currently. Yeah, I'm not sure on that, but uh, yeah, I like what the Jags are doing. I like the Jags doing it. A new guy in. I feel like every guy we've seen have success really has been the new guy in. Of course, except for D'Amico Ryans, who by the way
yeah,
had an incredible season.
yeah. He turned things
But
around big time.
yeah, but I feel like 9 times out of 10, it's been the new guy flourishing in their new team. So
Yeah,
I like that for them.
very, very true. I guess before we fully get to free agency, um, we can see if either of our teams made any moves to, make some things happen. Cardinals, it looks like they really just released one guy, which is why I saw the money go up a little bit, but not a lot.
It's
Um,
fair. Okay, so
so
Giants
let's
actually
see.
have some interesting things to talk about.
All
So
right.
we are re-signing Mason Graham
Oh
for
wow.
another year.
Okay.
Uh, which I don't know about that. I think we had enough depth to let him go. But
Yeah.
I mean, he's good. He's really good. He had a big impact in the Super Bowl. He was good. It's just we have a lot of depth, and
Yeah.
I don't think it was necessary, especially 23 million for 1 year. I just don't know.
Especially when John
Uh,
Coyle is leaving, and I feel like you could have mustered
yeah,
up that money for him.
or at least like yeah, you could have pooled up enough to at least be able to suffer the tag penalty if you wanted to
Sure.
tag him, but no, it's just going to be that, and of course they restructured some guys to make that happen. I think yeah, Abdul Carter for 10 mil, and Harner's new contract gets immediately restructured for 12 million. So yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
I just don't think it was necessary, but
I mean,
they opt for it.
maybe they won't go D tackle in the first round now. Maybe they'll actually focus on
Maybe,
receiver
dude,
or corner.
imagine if dude, I would be upset if they did go. But yeah, I would be pretty upset if they went D tackle now because now you have
Yeah.
I don't know. But then they're all on 1 year deals now. So what's going to happen next year at the D tackle room? I have
I
no
mean,
idea.
based on the consistency of D tackles in the draft classes, I feel like the big like big brain move would just to be just fill it with a bunch of rookies next year. Just let them all walk
Yeah,
next
maybe
year
maybe
and
resign one,
or yeah,
either
maybe
resign
one guy.
Shields or Peralta, and then let the other two walk, and then free up some damn money because this
Yeah.
is just getting a little ridiculous. You don't need this. We still have this backup, this rookie superstar, or not rookie, but the younger edge,
Yeah.
Gardner behind Kinley again because he's back.
Yeah.
So obviously worked out last year, but it's still a bit of a backlog here with talent.
Yeah. But I do think. I mean, you still have some money, right? Some cap space to work with, I believe. Um.
Sorry, I didn't mean to air you out there, but yes, actually no, I don't have money. I have
Oh.
negative 4 million in
Oh,
cap.
never mind. I guess that was all that money. But so I don't think either of us are gonna be making any sign-ins. So it's really gonna be the draft that we'll have to fill holes. But I don't know. The
Mhm.
Cardinals in a rough spot right now. Obviously losing um money and some players, but we're still in the negatives here. It's brutal, and we were 4-13, so clearly got to draft well if we want to be better next year. But we're just gonna sim here and see if we can get any big moves magically appear for us. But I doubt it. Let's look at Mach 5. Jalen Drake is probably going to be the pick. It's looking like it, and I'm very okay with that. As I said. Other than that, a ton of D tackles in this class and edges. That really good corner actually drops down to the Broncos at 11 right now. There are some good corners further up, some D tackles, some running backs in this class, a couple tackles. Um, but the big thing is your New York Giants are looking at edge, D'Angelo
No,
Reynolds.
no sense, but sure,
Yeah.
no sense.
It's interesting. I mean, he's a good athlete. Looks like he's probably a good player, but I mean, hey, I don't know. I mean, I feel like you'll have some receivers at that spot. You'll probably have a couple corners, maybe. Yeah, I think
Maybe a tackle, maybe there's a
maybe.
lot. There's two ways you could go with this.
Yeah, I mean, but they're not going to. They're going to go edge for no
You go ahead,
reason.
maybe backup tight end again. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe a tight end who will get like 10 catches for their entire Giants career.
Oh, maybe they could draft a tight end to slide at tackle.
There you go.
There you
Yeah,
go.
really good blocker. Yeah. Um, but aside from that, let's go to the recap here, and we will see some of the big signings. Um,
Let's see.
doubt any of them are to us. I do see one that's interesting, but let's go ahead to the overall quarterback signings. Wow. Bills need a quarterback now because Marco Magana is heading to Seattle, and it feels like once again they are switching out quarterbacks every year. But
Yeah, wow, that sucks.
this is a really good one. 90 overall, 26 years old. It's a 4-year deal. Uh, yeah, I mean, I think it's a good pickup for the Seahawks.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh, home run pickup for the Seahawks. I mean, sucks for the Bills.
Yeah,
But good pickup, and then Esteban De La Rosa also gets a payday here with Houston. So I think
yeah.
that's interesting. Who was their quarterback before
Stroud
him? Oh yeah, they were
is
talking
still
about with
Stroud.
Stroud. I forgot.
He was still doing solid, but I
Uh,
think he's probably past his point now.
it's fair. So the
Um,
Bills take two swings at quarterback here, both on 2-year deals. Max Rivers and Deshaun Patrick.
yeah,
Deshaun
interesting.
Patrick looks familiar, but I don't remember the actual circumstance. But yeah, so I assume until further notice, Max Rivers will be QB1, uh, which is interesting, I guess. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, I don't. I mean, they're cheap,
yeah,
sure, I guess, but we'll see.
yeah,
We'll see what they do there. And the rest of the guys, this Quivel still here. Clay Tyson never really able to come back after what happened in the Super Bowl.
yeah.
Cam Ward's here. Hell yeah, Fold still exists. I don't. Is this guy
They're
even playing football?
they're
I'm gonna
yeah,
check
no,
if he.
not much, but there's this guy Derek
No.
Hodges,
Yeah. No.
superstar dev, 25-year-old, sitting here. I think he was with Jacksonville for 1 year and hasn't taken a snap. He's former second round pick, just sitting here. But
Yeah, a lot of these,
it's what
a
it
lot of
is.
these like low 80s guys are backups now, which is
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah. Looking at running back though, obviously Bijan retires. Falcons need to get a new guy in there. They get Javier Delgado, for a two
There you
year
go.
deal. So that's a solid pickup. Jets bringing Braylon Rudd, and then a couple other guys not super notable. There's some guys here available though that are still solid. Malachi McLean, Matt Claxton, Noah Aldridge, JP Norton, superstar dev, very cheap as well, still here. Former Cardinal. And yeah, I mean, just a bunch of guys that are going to be, you know, solid for someone if they get picked up. but nothing super surprising at this point because we've seen it
Hmm.
so many years in a row of just these guys that are a little bit older getting on their second contracts and third contracts, and teams just don't trust
Yeah.
running backs at that point. Um, Fullbacks, you see a couple guys get signed, but really nothing
Yeah.
crazy. No Ben
Barron's
Barron.
still. I feel like he's getting. Where has he been? Okay, so he went to Cincinnati last year. He had no
Of course, he
touches, but
went
he
to
broke a
Cincinnati.
tackle. He broke a tackle, but he didn't
He
catch
caught
the
one.
ball
He no, he
or.
did catch one pass.
Oh, I was looking at receiving. My bad. Yeah, no, he did catch one pass. It's good for him, but
Very weird.
that's
I
all for Ben.
mean,
It's all for Ben.
yeah, receiver though. John Coyle is an Indianapolis Colt. Um,
Oh,
that's a nice pickup for
wow.
them. And he gets a nice payday there, 4 years.
Yeah,
Heading
they're
there.
getting a great player.
And then Sean
Absolutely.
Long, another NFC East receiver. Obviously, Malik Neighbors being um, in in Washington changes things for them. So he goes to Washington State, Seattle. Um,
There you go.
but I do think he's the I don't know. I feel like they should have tried to keep him because he's younger. He's 25. But hey, it's not my team to deal
I
with.
agree. We remember the Sean Long JD5 championship
Yeah,
run.
yeah, they were
That was
crazy.
that
Um,
was.
so
JSN's here.
that's yeah,
Come
JSN Oscar Puerta, as you
on.
said. At least no one else heard it. It was just me. It was very schizophrenia at that time. Walt Sneed is here, former Pro Bowler, I believe. The Zach Firecrocker is here. Uh, yeah, Keontae Hyde, who also hasn't recovered from that Super Bowl drop. But yeah, some solid players that can get put in um, if they needed to. But nothing super crazy. I'm sure the Giants would die to have one of these guys just come in and fill a
Dude,
hole for
Walt
now.
Snead back to New York would be awesome.
Cinema. Bring him and also bring where is he? Bring Pat Bryant, who ended your Super Bowl dreams.
There
Torrey
you go.
Horton. No,
Dude,
bring Torrey Horton too. You get the whole group
Torrey,
back together.
I mean, you could build a little former Giant squad
Bring
here.
Cole
Just
Weiner. Not a
Cole Weaver's
giant, but
ball.
just fun name.
He's a giant.
Ooh,
Gonna give us his
you could
wiener.
get your nephew Ethan Peak,
There you
star
go.
dev. There you go. There's a couple guys that the Giants could look to sign. And speaking of Giants, Mike Widener moving to another team, heading to the 49ers. So I will have to see him twice a year. He was, by the way, fun fact, was with the Jets last year and also put up the same numbers that he put with the Giants. So very funny.
Maybe he fell off.
I I guess, but he's still a 93. I think he's just got not getting utilized, but he gets a 3-year contract there, and I think if he's gonna get utilized anywhere, it's gonna be there, where the
Yeah, San Fran
Kittle
makes a lot of
playbook.
sense. Yeah.
But Preston Malone's a nice pickup, superstar dev, tight end for the Packers. Outside of that, solid options, but nothing super groundbreaking, I would say, at tight end. Looking at left tackle, Sheldon Giles, who was a former first-round pick, right? I believe so, for Seattle, longtime Seattle tackle, heads to the veteran lovers in Carolina, the Panthers. Big 2-year deal, and
There you
then
go. There you go.
the Eagles get someone, but yeah, Paris Johnson's still sitting here asking for 32, 33 million for a year is a lot for his play that he's shown, and then a bunch of those guys that we always see here, so nothing super
Yeah.
crazy. Left guard, Dylan Fairchild, whatever. Nothing super crazy. Sam Redding, former Cardinal, sitting here. Would love to have him on the team now, but he's too expensive, sadly. Just a lot of the same again. Center, I mean, Seahawks are building an O-line here. Gordon Warner, 82 overall. Some more centers picked up, but, nothing super
Yeah,
crazy.
Seahawks are kind of winning right now.
Yeah, I feel like not many teams have really made a ton of crazy moves. I think Seahawks, though, with that quarterback and then, yeah, with the line they're building up now, I would say are currently putting together a nice, solid group. But once again, center, really nothing super crazy. Right guard, though, Patriots bringing in Miles Wooden, solid guard, and Dakota Herbert, mixing two quarterbacks' names together, heading to the Commanders. Andrew Castaneda was a longtime Raider. He was very good, extremely good there, and he's a free agent. You remember him. And then Justin Fields, the right guard.
There you
sitting
go.
here. But again, just same story of decent options, but nothing super wild. Right tackle, more of the same. Seahawks do get another tackle who's fine, 79 overall, and Taylor Samuel, Titans. You see Bobby Wilkins still here asking for an insane amount of money.
Like,
Marius Mims, Nigel Tucker, Dakota Crockpot Crocker.
yep.
Um,
Then yep.
yeah,
More
same
same the
thing.
same stuff. Yeah.
Looking at edge though, Commanders making some waves though. Ramon Rivera, 88 overall, 28-year-old, great power rusher. Um, should be interesting to see what they do with him. Jared Verse, Chop Robinson, Greg Rousseau, some solid veteran options here, but once again, nothing that crazy outside of that. But a big one, former Cardinal, 1-year deal to the Titans, 99 overall, Walter Nolan. Yeah, that's a good pickup for them. Still at the top of his game.
Yeah, I like that for the Titans a lot. A lot of good D tackles here, man.
Oh
It's starting to
yeah,
get sad seeing like Reed Hastings, Tim McCoy. You know, also these guys like Ryan Kinney, Jacob
it's all
Woods, Derek Harm.
superstar
Man,
devs too.
yeah, super good D tackles, man. It just goes to show how insane D tackle has gotten at this point. Eric Persons all the way down here. I remember he was really good. Man,
Yes, I mean
crazy.
these guys. Some of these guys are definitely going to get picked up and be steals because they're going to get signed for vet minimums. Um,
Yep.
looking at right edge, none signed. Even though there's some solid options, LaMichael Sermons, Gordon Cook, Eric Weston, some other names, but yeah, again, nothing super crazy. Glenn Ridgway, by the way, is down to an 80 overall, 32 years old. Sad to see.
Mm.
He's
Fall from grace. Yeah.
he's regressing, retiring here soon, probably. Damn linebacker Devin Rudolph's been passed around. Now he's going back to New York, but not to the Giants. He's heading to the Jets. Superstar Dev.
Nice, nice.
Bengals get Bryce
Um,
Hopkins, solid, but outside of that, some all right options.
yep, more or less the same. Oh, all right. Going to Mike linebacker.
Yeah, Mike linebacker. I mean, some solid pickups. Um, Dale Stevens, Tony Manuel, Jaquan Harrison. Seahawks and Commanders have been pretty busy. You see Edge Cooper, X Factor, going to the Bears. Some other decent guys down the board there. Jimmy Wilson, though, he was on the Steelers team that won the Super Bowl, sitting here. No offers. And then some solid veterans, but nothing too crazy. Will linebacker, your
Ooh.
former Will linebacker, Nico Quintana, they're really just sucking up all the Giants now.
Yep.
And yeah, that's a really good pickup. 3 years, pretty cheap deal, honestly, for him.
Oh yeah.
Um, yeah, it's a good pickup. Quintana heading
Steal
there.
for them. And the Seahawks also get Chad Singer. That
Yeah,
NFC West is scary, man. I
I
don't know.
know.
You're gonna have some.
It's tough.
You have a tough time.
Yeah, absolutely. Outside of that, it seemed like most of the best options were taken, and there's some all right options, but nothing super crazy. Looking at corner, Jacob Parrish, even though he is not quite what he used to be, is heading to the Falcons. Still good player. Superstar Dev, 80 overall. Maxwell Hairston, of course, going to the Panthers. They love their vets. Maybe he's going to play a bit of a Diamador Lenore role at his age. But Mitch Harden still remains unsigned, asking for a ton of money. Same thing with Tresman Bellamy, not asking for a lot of money, though. He's just here. Drew Phillips, also former Giants. Donnell Kitchens was a former first-round pick. But, some solid options. Oscar Bates, who was a Super Bowl corner winner this last Super Bowl here. And, some other options. Free safety, Adam Holcomb. Nice pickup for the Commanders. Really not a lot at this point at free safety in this.
Yeah, it's just pretty thin. Probably one of the thinnest position groups I've seen.
Yeah, and no strong safety sign. Some solid options though: Miguel Campanero, Brian Branch, Kevin Winston, Kyle Hamilton, Wendell Craig, also 23 years old. Yeah, some like decent guys to pick up, but yeah, once again, I mean, kicker and punter, if they were signed, there was one kicker signed to the Seahawks, but yeah, it's really a lot of the same. The Cardinals
See,
did
is there
not
any?
sign anyone.
Okay, there's. Remember what was it? That was last season with the like 50 kick accuracy kicker. Yeah, Jake Bates is 61 kick accuracy this season. He's holding out and
Oh,
seeing if someone wants to
nice,
sign him. You
nice.
signing? You want Jake Bates on your squad?
No, I actually want Jordan Stout, who has 55 kick accuracy as the punter, 37 years old.
Ooh,
I think
that's
that's
good.
who I want. Um,
That'd be a steal for the
yeah,
Cardinals.
I will say I think overall, I mean, there's some really nice players at the top, but I think this was one of the weaker classes, unless like crazy. There's wasn't a ton of signings, honestly, but
Yeah, yeah. I think the quarterbacks, some good quarterbacks, honestly, but
yeah, I think
aside from
then
that, not that much.
I don't know. Seahawks, Niners, and Commanders were the I think big winners there. Overall, which is all the signings they brought in.
Absolutely.
Um, but yeah, so that's going to be really tough to see as, Seahawks won the division last year. The Niners were 2 games behind them. And, Cardinals still 4-13 from this past year. So we weren't able to sign anybody. So gonna really have to hope for the best here as we head to the draft. And we actually don't even have to sim, but we do see Jackson Dart wants O-line help, tackle specifically, for his Saints team. Um, and that is like the only thing that we see for a player. Jackson
Yeah.
Dart was very vocal about it, but we'll see if it actually happens. I don't know.
Everyone's still calling out Drake as the first overall pick here for the Cardinals.
Yeah, and I think it's gonna be the pick, and we will surprisingly not sim to pass a bunch of picks right away. But yeah, I mean, D tackle is probably the one that makes the most sense. I think in reality, though, like if we were actually controlling this, I would look to trade out of this pick, and try to just get a lot of capital, um, and get further down because I think there's bigger needs like O line specifically. But I'm cool with the pick being the D tackle here, which I'm assuming is going to be the pick. And it is Jalen Drake, and I'm sure he is awesome. So I'm excited for that. But let's go to your pick here as we go through. Saints, by the way, do not care about Jackson Dart. They took a D tackle. Eagles just pick up a really crazy tight end who had A's everything, so that should be fun for you. But let's see who's here. Who do you think they're gonna take? D'Angelo Reynolds was the right edge, right? That was supposed to go to you, and he's not here. So
Well, yeah, no, maybe it's. I mean, are
there's
there any
receiver Zach
Evan
Smith.
Kramer?
It's first round projection. Elite speed, elite accuracy. He looks pretty decent, like really good deep threat.
Let me see. Ooh, yeah, Zach Smith. I would really like Zach Smith.
If not him,
This guy looks super good.
AJ Alexander looks pretty decent too, honestly. More of
Yeah,
a
I don't
John Coyle esque player.
I don't mind either of those. I also like this corner here, Damian Wade. I know he's the second to third round projection, but I like his what he has here. I mean, some of his stats aren't amazing, but he's a really really good athlete. So
That's fair.
kind of like what you have.
Yeah, that's very fair. I
Aside from
mean, their
aside from that,
linemen,
line would be
tackle,
nice. Not
I mean,
anything.
Weston's okay.
Yeah, nothing first round talent. I do think this is receiver here. If I got to pick, of course I would also consider trading back, but
Sure, yeah.
Zach Smith would be my pick. AJ Alexander looks solid as well. Getting a receiver would be huge. Or if you want to reach a bit for the corner, that's fine as well. Do not take edge. What I think the sim is going to make me take is Evan Kramer out of Notre Dame,
It's
which would be
very
super
possible.
upsetting.
Yeah, I mean,
But
he looks good. But again, yeah, I don't know. And also, Will Barlow, I see he is a first or second round talent, so that's also a guy that they could decide to take. He looks solid too. But I think
but
layup pick is the receiver. I think
take the receiver, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
We will see.
I'm also just noticing. I'm interested to see what this Lewis Parrish guy is. This running back. He's a power back who runs a 4.4 flat at his pro day. He has great speed. He's probably going to be fun for whatever team gets him. But
Absolutely.
let's see. The Giants, are they going to make a good pick or are they going to make a stupid pick?
Oh,
Not even where we thought they were going to go at all. Not even close to what we thought. A running
what the
back,
fuck?
Jonathan Combs. Why? They just signed Cameron Snow.
They just re-signed Cameron Snow. I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea.
I mean, I
Randy
guess, honestly, looking at your running back group outside of it, it's not good. Maybe you really
It's a
want that.
first round
Maybe
pick.
you really want that 2 running back. I don't know, man.
Are we gonna mark? They're not. He's not gonna be Marcus Robinson. We're not gonna be doing any of that. So he's just a backup. He's just a
Yeah,
backup.
I mean, hey, maybe they're expecting Cameron Snow to get hurt, and you'll have a really good running back
We
1
saw
for half the year.
Carmichael, who's solid. Oh my god.
No, I think that's a bad pick, though. Yeah, especially.
Boo.
Yeah,
63 left tackle, by the way. Get out of here, man. Sickening.
yeah, and let's see the
Sickening.
Steelers. They're projected a running back, but they don't take that running back. They take Huerta, the Mike linebacker. And I mean, sure, why not? Since we're here, we're right here. We'll just see who the Cardinals take with their next pick.
Let's see.
'Cause why not? A Sam linebacker. I don't think that makes much sense, but sure. Let's just go to the rest of the draft.
If he's very good, maybe he'll play
I mean,
sub linebacker.
that's true. That's true. I think we should have taken that left tackle who's a second, third round talent, or yeah, that's really it. We need lines so badly. It's horrible.
Fair.
Skillen's gonna
That's
die
fair.
back there if he doesn't get anybody. But let's look at I don't know. Let's start with the Cardinals group here.
Yeah, let's start with the Cardinals.
So very, very interesting draft, and honestly, I'm so far pretty content with it. Jalen Drake is an 83 overall, so he is going to be the number 2 D tackle. He'll start next to Dylan Easley. Yeah, he looks really good, and I think he'll be here for a while, hopefully. The Sam linebacker, he's a normal dev. I don't really care for this pick. 73, he's fine, but I think we should have taken that tackle. Round 3, though, we take Justin Short, hidden dev tight end. He looks very good. Sure. I mean, why not?
That's a great pick in the third. Yeah,
that's fine.
That's pretty good.
Corner, Doug Ward, 72, hidden dev. No, sorry, no dev. He's okay. 4th round pick, not bad. Also brought in a receiver, 70 overall. He's fine for depth purposes. Javier Dominguez is whatever, but I do like this pickup in the 7th round. Jordan Brewer, hidden dev left guard, 74 overall. He will be an instant starter at left guard, at least making our interior line really good, but now the tackles are horrible still. So we will have to see what we're doing there, but the interior at least is pretty solid. Let's look at your Giants draft here.
Okay, so Jonathan Combs is a great running back.
Very much so, yeah.
Cool. I don't. What is he gonna? I don't know. What is he gonna do for this team? I
don't know.
I'm worried. I'm worried about that. But sure, he's an amazing player. So okay, it makes me feel a little bit better that he's like actually really good. But still, I'm not too happy because we re-signed Cameron Snow.
Yeah.
So this doesn't make too much sense. Tucker Coleman, the edge in the second, 73 overall hidden dev. We do need edge depth. And kind of. It's always nice to have a second feels a bit early. In the third, I actually do kind of like this pick, Ty McAdams, hidden dev strong safety. Our strong safety isn't amazing, and I think he could just be a good option as well. Behind him, we take another running back who's poop from a butt, not worth mentioning, and a couple more poop players. Actually, we do take a corner, Jalen Carmen. He's normal dev, 87 speed, so that's fun. And
no lineman, no left tackle.
Not a single offensive lineman at guard, center, or tackle, either of which would have been great. Even a 64 overall left tackle would be an immediate starter, by the way. But we don't go that direction. We rebuke that.
That's brutal.
So that is brutal. So,
but
I don't like this draft. I don't.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah, I'm definitely not a great draft for the Giants this year, but this is a really interesting draft on the high end here. 2 strong safeties at the top, both 85 overall. So even the strong safety you did draft was not the best one you could have gotten. And what is happening with my Madden right now? I might have to. Looks like I'm gonna have to join back into Madden because it is. It said, "Hey, I don't want to be here anymore." But
Mm.
very interesting that
Yeah,
two 85s.
yeah. No, that is very interesting. A lot of also, guess what college both of these strong safeties are from?
USC.
They're both from USC. This is actually just seems this is
Uh-oh. Having some Wi-Fi issues here. I think my Wi-Fi might be fucked.
uh-oh.
I don't know. It's just it went all robotic there for a second. But yeah, these yeah, they need to do a better job next Madden too with not making the archetype players be so obvious. You know, like because yeah, it's the USC strong safety, and they're slow as shit. Is usually how it goes. Actually,
Well, I mean,
well
this one guy's pretty quick.
the
Yeah.
Lions one's actually good with speed, but yeah, usually they're slower, like this Desmond Durham, but the other one's not. But either way, very good. And then obviously a bunch of D tackles. You had a corner. That corner was really good. Really good tight end depth in this draft. Combs was one of the better players in the draft. So there's that. And that Brandon
Yeah.
Weston guy, that tackle, I would have loved him at the top of the second. He's a 79 overall.
I would have loved him at my pick, quite
Yeah,
honestly.
he looks really cool to have. Would have loved him, but we took a Sam linebacker for some reason in the second. Sure, but yeah, I mean, interesting draft for sure. Also, by the way, two centers in the second round, both 78 overalls. I don't think either of us necessarily need. I mean, could have used a center upgrade, so maybe even
Yeah.
that would have been a nice pickup in the first round. Uh, but yeah, I mean, pretty good draft, honestly, for the entirety of things, but just not a.
I'm trying to check the receivers that we were talking about
Yeah, I
as
saw
well.
Zach Smith's a 77, went to the Cowboys, so you'll have to see him twice here, and then the AJ Alexander's a 78, went to the Niners, I'll have to see him twice a year. Um,
Yeah, and wow. Oh, that's frustrating.
yeah,
Man, I
but
mean the running back's
I don't know.
good, but just, dang man, that sucks. I don't think he's
Yeah,
gonna do anything on this team.
yeah, and then the Titans look like they found their new quarterback to replace Cam Ward, 77 overall,
Oh,
Ty Rankin in the second
there
round.
you go.
Pretty solid player so far. Yeah, I mean, good draft for like the league, just not for us. I mean,
Yeah,
mine was good. It was just I wish we would have taken that left tackle. If we would have taken that left tackle instead of that Sam linebacker, I would say that was like a perfect draft. It was like
very
all
nice.
that would have changed everything. Um, maybe also drafting a right tackle, but like I don't think there was really anyone good. Let me quickly look actually, because yeah, I don't remember seeing. I'm looking at round one only. Um,
God,
the
we're heading
league's
into this
later.
season with like, yeah, our receiver group isn't that great, but we also we didn't get a single corner that's going to be worth starting. Carmen
Yeah,
might end up being a starter, 69 overall normal dev. He might develop into a starter.
yeah, there you go.
Lipton and Billingsley are currently our starters at 70 overall, though, so it's gonna be
Yeah,
fun.
I will say, yeah,
Oh
there was no
boy.
tackles worth drafting past the first round for a right tackle, so I'm
Mm.
okay with not drafting one because in the grand scheme of things, we do still have a 68 overall tackle, who would be better. So whatever, that's fine. But all right, let's go to next week. Um, yeah, it's very gonna be a very interesting year. I feel like both of our teams have very significant holes. Um, Gonna be curious to see what happens here. The Cardinals are an 86 overall right now. By the way,
What overall? Oh
set
man,
86, but the Micah Parsons and Trey Benson are both Hall of Famers, but Bijan actually does not get in.
wow, that sucks. I mean, I feel like I guess didn't get as much I think maybe as they wanted from
He
Bijan.
he
He was
got
good,
hurt.
but
He got hurt a lot. I think
I
was the
do
issue.
remember that he was hurt a lot. Penix was hurt a lot. That Falcons team was just beat up. I think every single time I saw them.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Giants are 85 overall with an 84 offense and 88
Sheesh.
defense.
Both of
It's
us
not
falling
great.
falling down here. Yeah, this looks rough here. The Cardinals. Why are we starting at 63 at right tackle? There's a guy literally better. But anyways, it's besides the point. Uh, whatever. They're starting him instead. Why? Okay, whatever. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's not a bad team. The tackles are rough, like really rough. But like the interior line looks really solid now with that seventh round pick. Tight ends are fine. The receivers are fine. Running back and quarterback are good, but defense, you know, it's looking better. I didn't realize this Gibson guy I had was a superstar dev too. Holy shit. Okay. So yeah, our D tackles are pretty good here, and linebackers still pretty good. Edge rushers are good. Secondary is pretty decent. Um, I mean, this team shouldn't go 4-13 unless the O line completely shits the bed, but I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, well, I mean, both of us have the O line issues though for sure.
Mhm.
I mean, you don't have a starting left tackle like rostered like as listed as a left tackle necessarily. Um,
Mhm.
but like, center. I feel like the rest of your line's fine enough. Like center's obviously not great, but yeah, left tackle is going to be rough for both of us. Um, and we'll have to see what your receivers do because it's probably the worst this group has looked in uh pretty much
Probably
since
since
pre
I've played.
since pre
Yeah.
Malik Neighbors. That was literally probably the worst this looked since then. So
Yep.
I mean, your defense still, obviously some regression from certain guys. Your corner spot's still a little gross, but at corner
Yeah,
two,
everything
but
else outside of that is pretty solid, and I'm
yeah,
I'm not too mad at it. And it just I don't know why we don't have any core. I mean, I guess we will have to see. Maybe we'll sign some guys
that's
after the draft. If we have to price list them in a week and next we can check. But
yeah. I don't think
aside from
money
that,
wise, I don't know if it's gonna happen.
we still end up usually you end up signing some
That's true.
players.
That's true.
So maybe
Well,
you'll get
let's
something.
check.
Who knows?
Check. I don't know if we will. I mean, I you need a left tackle to technically move on, so you probably will have to. Um,
That we forced to take a tackle.
yeah.
Yeah, we do have a new left tackle. We have Derek Conrad, a rookie star dev. I don't know where we got. I think we just picked this guy up off the
Well,
streets,
there you go.
and he's a rookie star dev tackle. So there you
You did that.
go.
Got your kicker, punter, and long snapper too.
There you go. There you go.
Um,
So you know what? Not too bad.
yeah, Cardinals released one of their like 50 running backs, who's whatever, just to get their kicker and punter. We brought Cam Little in. Who was wasn't he your kicker last year?
Cam
Or
Little,
was it
he,
Steelers
he
kicker?
no, I think yeah, we had Harrison Mevis last
Yeah,
year.
it was Steelers kicker. Or maybe it
Little
was
was I
another
think
team's
on the
kicker.
Giants for a bit ago, like a
I don't even remember. They get passed around so much. So
yep.
cool. All right. Well, uh, very nice. But let's head to the midseason mark. I guess let's pray. I don't know. What are your predictions for your
Yeah.
team?
Uh, I don't think I don't know. I don't think the Giants are gonna have the same year they did last year. I think we've just kind of gotten worse at positions. I'm glad we re-signed Harner and stuff. Like we have a good long-term core. I think we just need to up. The receivers just aren't great. The corners aren't great. The O line's not great. So it's like I just it worries me. There's weaknesses, but there's also a lot of strong suits. And it's one of those years again where either we're gonna make the playoffs, 9-8, go to a Super Bowl, or we're gonna not make the playoffs. I mean, it feels like it's one of those years again.
Oh man,
Oh,
Cardinals are 1-6.
I'm 5-1. Okay,
Yeah,
well, I have a DB breakout, so apparently our
there
corners
you
aren't
go.
actually a problem.
There you go. Yeah, Cardinals are fit from an ass. I think I might get fired this year.
Oh no.
Well, I don't know. I mean, fan approval's down to 6%. Everyone else, players still love me. Media still loves me. Coach and GM are definitely going down, but it's just not looking great here.
Yeah, it doesn't
Cardinals, not
sound like
yeah,
it.
yeah. But I mean, hey,
Rough.
you're sitting at a nice 5-1 somehow, even though
Yeah, averaging four. Okay, well, it's because our defense is the best in the league, averaging 14
there you go.
points a game, dude. Absolutely fucking lockdown.
My defense is
Top, you
underperforming
know,
crazily right
that's,
now.
well, I guess let's see. Maybe you'll make a crazy turnaround here.
Maybe.
1-6
Uh,
turnaround. Let's.
I would love to see that. I would need to see that. The only thing we're good at is passing the football. Apparently, we have 6 in passing yards, but I'm assuming it's because we're behind all the time. Um, Oh my God, so many injuries. Yeah, it's over. Cardinals are done. But there's a lot of good teams here. Also, Detroit looks pretty bad now as well. New Orleans also really bad. Interestingly.
Yeah, Falcons are actually doing pretty fine. We talked about they had a few retirements, I believe, and
Oh, yeah. This might be finally the year we see the Bengals in the playoffs as like an actual contender. They're 7-0.
whoa, no, they're gonna lose all their games. Go like 8-9.
Let's
There's no
go.
way. I don't think I've seen them.
Chargers.
I swear, I don't think I've seen them farther than like maybe a 6 seed. I don't think they've been any higher than
I
that
think there was
in
that one
recent memory.
year both them and the Browns went 8-9 and made it. I think that was it. But
Yeah,
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 not
maybe.
great. Chargers,
Jeez.
Raiders, Dolphins, Browns, Texans, Colts, kind of at the top there. Some lower years again from other teams there. Jets are 0-7. They remain to be horrible. Titans and Bills also aren't good.
Whoa.
Um,
Yeah. Wow.
but it's brutal. I mean, I don't know, not much else to talk about, honestly.
Not really. I think it's time to get to the playoffs and see how this
Yeah,
all shakes out. Niners look really good. The Seahawks are honestly underperforming a bit, I think.
they
Expecting them to be a little better.
definitely are. But I have a feeling that I'm gonna be looking at a "you were fired" screen. Uh, and I'm assuming your Giants are going to at least not
Uh,
fire. I mean, even if you
Maybe. If
lose out, I don't know.
yeah, I don't
I
think
I
so. I think it'd take another year, but
I think it's probably
I play
playoffs.
playoffs are still in question. I mean, 5-1, of course, is a great start. You got to finish out though. I mean, we've seen some worse slides. We've seen
Sure,
worse slides than 5-1 to miss the playoffs. So it's gonna we're gonna see.
very true. But here's the moment, and
Moment of truth.
yes, I have been fired.
Uh, and I have missed the playoffs
Wow,
at 9-8. Yeah, we
wow,
fell off.
that's crazy. By
It
the
is
way,
interesting. We had a top 10 offense and a number 2 defense. I don't know how the hell
that's
we just lost a
that's
bunch of
rough.
we last 2 games we lost by a field goal in the last 2 games. So that's
Damn,
not good. Just
damn.
lost close games, I guess.
I just saw the weekly awards here, by the way. Week 18, John Coyle, 7 catches, 231 yards, and 4 touchdowns.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but tough. It's a tough. I don't even see anything. Let's look at the standings, I guess. So NFC wise, Falcons 12-5, top of the thing here.
Mm,
Commanders, Rams, Niners, Bucks, Packers, and Panthers edge you out there. That's a really bad fall off for you too. 9-8 after that.
brutal.
It's brutal.
Yeah, brutal, brutal, brutal.
And Cardinals go 6-11. I feel like I shouldn't have been fired for that. Come on, we were
Yeah,
building back.
that's rough. Yeah,
I've won three Super
oh
Bowls for
man.
this damn team. We
That's
made
rough.
it to four
They
total.
they gave you Bill Belichick treatment there.
Yeah, I mean I understand though. But Dolphins
Oh,
win the AFC at 12-5. Texans at 12-5. Bengals did fall off, but still made it playoffs with the division win. Chargers 11-6 as well, and then Raiders, Broncos, Browns finish it out, and Patriots miss barely. So some interesting ones there. Titans, Steelers, Bills all stink. Jets, wow, went 0-7 and then turned things around to go 7-10. That's a crazy turnaround for them.
stuff.
Um, are my stats on the right glitch? They have to be. That's probably because yeah, okay. Let's look at the stats. Let's look at my stinky poopy Cardinals that I'm not a part of anymore. Nick Skillen honestly fought hard, I guess. 44,000 yards, 24 touchdowns, 10 picks.
66 sacks is not
Yeah, I
good.
mean that's because that's not my fault that we didn't draft that left tackle.
Yeah.
Rushing was absolutely atrocious.
Jesus.
Layman under 4 yards per carry, only 1 touchdown for him, 2 fumbles. Horn had 5 touchdowns but couldn't run very well. Yeah, it was bad. Receiving, Clayton Cobb had 930 for 2 touchdowns on 774 catches. Ramos 850 for 2. Harrison 850 for 10 touchdowns. Still a good year. And the rookie tight end actually started, got 438 for 5 touchdowns. And yeah, I mean blocking not great. Braxton Proctor, I don't know who that is. Like gave it 14. Uh, Demarius McKee, also don't know who that is. Gave up 14 sacks and 341 downs. That is absolutely horrific. Actually, that is maybe one of the worst things you could ever see.
Oof.
That's that.
Yeah.
Hold on. I need to quickly do some math on that because that is bad. That is bad.
That's bad.
Uh,
Yeah.
that's yeah. So every like 24 downs, he'd give up a sack.
Yeah.
That's rough.
That's yeah.
Jordan Brewer, the rookie, had a rough year, but I mean, I can't fully blame him for having the tackle spot be horrible. But I don't know. Tevin Lewis was injured and bad. Mike Willer was injured and bad. Gabe Crisp was fine, the only good player on this O line. Defense, Tucker Andrews, former high pick with 109 tackles, led the team. Dylan Easley had a nice year, 15 TFLs, 9.5 sacks, 12 TFLs, 7 sacks for Brett Charles, and Nathan Payne, 10 TFLs for 12.5 sacks. So defense put some effort in. The rookie Jalen Drake didn't do amazing, 7 TFLs, 4 sacks, only 4 picks on the year. And a handful of fumbles, but yeah, I mean, not a good year, obviously, but better than
Damn.
last year. But I'm
Yeah,
gonna be I'm gonna be somewhere
you're
else.
gone. Yeah, I
But
hope you get re-signed somewhere. I really
I
do.
think I should be
You should.
by it's fine.
Madden's weird.
Yeah,
Madden's weird.
let's
Let's take a look at the Giants.
yeah.
So Parker Hunter has a good season, I would say. 26 touchdowns, 3 picks, pretty good. I mean, clean and efficient. Didn't get sacked more than 50 times, which means still not amazing, but I again considering circumstances, I don't think it's that bad. Rushing wise, Cameron Snow missed time, and Jonathan Combs wasn't that great. Parker Hunter was the better runner compared to him,
By the
and
way,
yeah, he's running
uh,
his ass off.
realizing that the
Hmm?
Giants have a type with their running backs. They love Penn State running backs because Cameron Snow's a Penn State
Oh
guy.
yeah.
Jonathan Combs is
Oh,
a Penn State
maybe
guy.
Cameron Snow was the reason we got him. He was like, "Hey, I know
Maybe.
this guy."
Yeah.
Yeah. So and we had 4 fumbles as well, which is it's quite a few there,
Yeah.
rushing wise, but not great.
Oh my goodness. Look at who stepped up.
Yeah. And Eduardo Alonso, Akeem Woodson with 1,009 touchdowns,
That's a
leads
kid.
us in touchdowns. Akeem Woodson. The receiving game wasn't really, I mean, it wasn't great, but almost 3 1,000-yard receivers. Maybe they don't. Maybe they're like the Bills, where it's everybody eats. They don't
Yeah.
need a receiver one. Obviously, it couldn't have hurt to have one, but Ben Acosta had his best season.
Yeah.
Or a tight, I forget the best season for a tight end really since Mike Widener maybe once, but 563 yards is definitely better than usual.
Yeah.
So I'm not really sure what went wrong. Oh, I know what went
Oh,
wrong. Derek Conrad
oh
gave
my
up
god.
25 sacks. He
Yeesh.
absolutely fucking stunk. We picked him up off the street, and he sucks. Absolutely, like sucks.
Hey, he's up to a
And
74 without the morale.
yeah, he
Starting the
probably
game.
learned quite a bit after getting fucking pancaked 25 times. He probably got some learning experiences.
Yeah.
Defensively, we played well. I mean, okay, interesting. Sergio Clavijo leads us in tackles with Cam Bolt. What happened to Cam? Did Cam Bolton leave?
No, he's
No,
old.
he did.
He's regressed to like an 80. So I think they're playing
Yeah, I think he's
those
got
two Wills
right.
over him.
So yeah, Clavijo leads us in tackles. I think first new leading tackler since the inception of Bolton.
Yeah.
Sacks wise, Damone Kinley has a great year, 14 sacks, and Abdul Carr's 11 and a half.
He's slowing.
Sergio Clavijo.
He's definitely slowing down, sadly.
He is. He is. I don't know if he's going to reach that record there, but
Yeah.
he's still giving it a good effort and
Yeah.
still one of the greatest edges to play football.
One of the
Um,
greatest edgers.
one of the greatest edgers. A couple of picks, nothing crazy. I'm not sure what happened. I'm gonna have to look at the game. I still feel like this is a playoff team.
I
Like we
mean,
were
to be fair, you were 9-8 and made the Super Bowl last year. I think teams were just better this year. Maybe is more of the
through,
issue.
but yeah, I think we just maybe didn't get enough. I will check this. So we were 5-1. We were looking pretty good. We were humming. I'm just gonna check
Humming and
really
coming.
quick. Schedule.
You
So
you beat
five.
the Cardinals by 6 points. There you go.
So yeah, our losses: 1 score loss to the Bears, 1 score loss to the Bucks, 2 point loss to the Jets, 1 point loss to the Eagles, and 9-13. Dude, some ugly games. 6-9 against the Niners. Jesus.
Nice.
No, like all of these games, not a single game we lost was by even a touchdown. 4 points, 2 points, two. We just didn't win close games.
It's
We did
tragic.
not win close games, and that's really, really tragic. Yeah, like man, we just lose 3 close games straight, and miss the playoffs. That's brutal.
Can't say
That's
the
just
same for my
brutal.
Cardinals. They
Let's
lost a
see.
lot of. We beat the Saints 29-0 in Week 17.
Wow, there
We
you go. But
clowned
yeah,
on them.
Jesus, yeah, this team just kept losing and losing, and then you
Yeah,
had a couple of wins down the stretch. I mean, you started rallying a bit, but yeah, just too much of a deficit to come back from.
yeah,
That's rough.
very rough.
Uh, yeah,
Oh well, it's not my team
damn,
anymore, at least for
not your
now.
team anymore.
It's
Yeah,
it's well,
CPU.
we'll
I don't know.
see. If I don't get signed, I'm probably just gonna make a new coach I'm just gonna force Tommy Salami back into
Or
a new
or
coach.
or you could take over whoever the new coach is for the
Well,
Cardinals.
I could do that. Maybe
I
I'll
kind of want to
rename
see
him.
who they pick up.
I don't know. We'll see. It really depends. But I was fired. Stick with it
Yeah,
because other teams may bid for your services in the coming weeks. Thanks.
they might bid for your services. Yeah,
Yeah.
you ready? Yeah,
Yeah, but let's look at the stats, I guess.
yeah,
As a
yeah.
whole. Um, and guess who is at the top of oh my god, what a crazy MVP year for Will Samuels. I don't even really have to guess that it's a MVP year.
Jesus, man.
5,300 yards, 36 touchdowns to 1 interception. Sacked 63 times. By the way, Nick Skillen had the third most passing yards. Um,
Wow.
Crazy.
Yeah, Punker Honor at fifth. Yeah, wow, that's interesting.
By the way, Bobby Hendrick. I'm also being taught how to play the game. I don't know why that all of a sudden changes the things I need to learn. But Bobby Hendricks is playing up to a 99 already in his second year. Yeah, he's incredible. What a pickup for the
Yeah,
Falcons in the second round.
yeah, Falcons are here.
Yeah, he was the leader in touchdowns. Eric McLean for the Colts had a nice season. Obviously, John Coyle helped a lot there. Um, Esteban De La Rosa, big pickup there for the Texans. Oscar Browning with a nice year. Mitch Wilds, Will Banks, Drake May, Von Herron, all with solid years. Marco Magana with the Seahawks now.
There you go.
Brandon Bishop, a nice year. A lot of picks, though. I know Corey Burrell, JJ McCarthy's still playing for the Vikings somehow. Um, a couple years down the board that were a little bit more rough. Jackson Dart, not an amazing year. 3,400 yards, 22 touchdowns, 3 picks. Not bad, but I don't know.
Justin Herbert stat line.
Yeah, and you see the rookie Ty Rankin with 3,200 yards, 21 touchdowns, 9 picks. I mean, yeah, that's tough. It's tough in a rookie year on a not great team. Gabe Pearman, 31 touchdowns, 6 picks with the Raiders, 3,000 yards.
Yeah, I'm looking at so Caleb Williams definitely is regressing.
He's bad.
25 touchdowns, 14 picks. The Bills quarterback Max
Yo.
Rivers, 18 touchdowns, 11 picks. Not great. Gleason isn't great for the Panthers.
Who's the starter for the Commanders now? Because Jaden Daniels did not start.
Jonathan Nichols.
Okay. Well, yeah,
Who
I guess
went
he's
29 touchdowns, 11 picks.
not great, but I mean, I don't know.
Solid.
Whatever, I guess.
Solid. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Most sack quarterback was Nick Skillen. Not like I've been calling out the O-line to be drafted, and we just didn't address it enough.
Yeah.
Looking at
Fair
rushing,
enough.
Eric Neal has kind of cemented himself as maybe the best running back in the league at this point.
Yeah, no, he's up there
been very
consistently
good.
every single year. Yeah.
Marcus Robinson also with a good year. Judkins, Genty, Manning, a lot of the usual suspects,
Yep. No one's really standing out so
Marshall
far.
Malone leads in 17 touchdowns. Had 701 yards though.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, not a lot of craziness. Is Scadaboo still starting, or is he done with the Rams? He's not the starter for the Rams. Marquis Turner takes over there. So
I didn't see him retire, and I didn't see him as a free agent. So I don't know.
Probably just a backup, I'd assume.
I feel like he would have gotten some reps at some point if he was a backup. I'm not seeing anyone yet.
So maybe he's just. Oh no, there he is. 180 yards on 37 carries and a touchdown. Did fumble once. I don't know. He still had 4.9 yards per carry. I think he still has some juice, but he's very clearly getting phased out of that offense at this point.
Yeah,
tough to see.
Sense.
And he's an 84 with X Factor. So there you go.
Yeah.
Receiving. What a year from Lad McConkey.
Jesus. That's probably offensive player of the year. Oh my god.
Yeah.
1,800 yards, 23 touchdowns.
Holy shit. By the way, okay. 134 catches for Dylan Thomas leads the league with 1,650 yards, 10 touchdowns. Crazy. A lot of crazy receiver seasons here. Jackson Smith and Jigba, who was just picked up off the streets to play with Bobby Hendricks. He had a great year. Sean Long with the Seahawks. Great year.
Yep, John Coyle had a great
Yeah,
year.
Bo Moorhead, yes,
And
please. Max Speed McKee back with the Bengals.
yeah, he had a good year last year, I believe, with the Bengals as
Yeah,
well. Eduardo Alonso was up here.
there
Hey,
you
he's up
go.
here.
Christian McDougal, another good year for the Broncos. Shantavius Wilburn, DeAndre Pinkins for the Bengals. Um, Leader in touchdowns was Lad McConkey with 23. I mean, obviously, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, crazy year for him. Blocking, who do you think of the most sacks? It was your left tackle.
Yeah, he fucking stunk, dude. He
Yeah,
fucking stunk.
he is
He was poop.
brutal.
Man, he was bad. No.
Yeah.
There you go.
Jose Francisco for the Steelers with 166 tackles led. TFL's Dennis Stern. We haven't seen him in a while, or at least his
Ooh,
name. We haven't said his name much. He's been kind of sticking around, but 20 TFLs. Bryce Malone as well. Sack leader was also Bryce Malone with 16. So very low sack year compared to other years, but um,
absolutely.
definitely still a solid group of
It's definitely spread
performances.
out more, like a bunch of guys
Yeah,
with 14 sacks, 13 sacks.
yeah.
Yeah.
Jonathan Parrish for the Bengals might actually have some defense finally, a little bit. Parrish with 5 picks
There you go.
leads the league, and then nothing else super crazy, honestly. So all right. I
Yeah.
mean, looking at playoff bracket, I'll start with the AFC, I guess. Texans, Broncos. Um, I don't know. Who do you think wins this one? I think I'm personally gonna go with the. I think I'm gonna take the Texans for no reason other than their defense.
For no, I'm gonna take the Broncos for no reason other than their defense. I think they have
Very
still a
fair.
very good defense. I've not looked at it personally in a while, but I
Yeah.
have to assume they have. I've not seen many of those guys leaving that squad. I think they still have some guys there for sure. I think it's going to
Uh,
be defensive battle at least.
yeah. This next one's very interesting because you got the really high-powered offense of the Bengals finally in the playoffs again, and then the really good defense of the Bengals. I think the Bengals are finally gonna do it. I think they're finally gonna get a win here.
Yeah, I mean, they of course they did go to a Super Bowl in our franchise, but just it was a long time ago. And ever since then, they've been more focused on their MVPs and
Yeah, the passing
their
yards.
stats. But now that I mean, they're still getting that as well and having a playoff run. So I'm gonna agree with you here. I think the Raiders could be a sneaky team to watch, but I just think the Bengals are better at this point. I think you have a
Yeah,
prime, MVP Will Samuels, and I just think it's gonna. I just think it's inevitable.
yeah, and I think Chargers, Browns, two teams that have been mainstays in the playoffs as of late. Um, it's tough because I think the Browns defense is still very good, but the Chargers offense has been on another level this year. Um, I,
Yeah, I
I,
really like the rookie. They're not a rookie;
yeah,
they're a young guy, the quarterback.
Brandon Bishop. I'm
Mhm.
gonna take the Browns. I think.
Ooh, okay. I I'm looking at the rest of these playoff. Ooh, I was gonna say this is game of the week. I'm not gonna say that. There's another game on mine that might be. We'll get to that. But Chargers Browns I think is gonna be a good game. I like how these teams match up. That being said, I'm gonna go with the Chargers.
All right.
I do like the Chargers quite a bit. I like Brandon Bishop, and I think their offense has more to like than the Browns offense. And yeah, just give me LA. And I'd like to see them and the Dolphins face again because they had that awesome playoff game
That's true.
last year. So we'll go over to the NFC then, if we have nothing else to say on that side. Rams taking on the Panthers. Panthers are, of course, coming to LA. I am just going to take a safe bet here and say the Rams. I think the Rams are really good. Corey Burrow and company. I mean, that's just a team that's hard to bet against. They still have all those weapons, Wilbin, and I mean, it's a lot of them. I think they still have Malcolm Rainey. But what do you think about this matchup?
I I think it's interesting. I think these are two teams that have been on interesting trajectories. They're these past like handful of years we've seen. I I just don't really know where the Panthers are at as a team. I feel like they don't really have an identity other than old all the time. I think I'm gonna take the Rams with the Burrow and company.
That's fair. But all of course the Panthers with all those veterans, they could always
Yeah, they made
you
a
know
run before. They could do it again.
they, they could. Now this is my game of the week. Commanders Buccaneers. I think it's a very fun matchup. Um I think these are two very fun teams going against each other. And I, I'm gonna go with the Commanders. I'm gonna go with the Commanders. I think that they can get it done here against Tampa. I think Tampa does have a very solid team, but I'm just gonna lean on what the Commanders have going on here with this quarterback. What do you think?
I I'm gonna take the Bucks. I still think they have a really good defense, and I think their offense still is pretty good. I think Dane McQueen hasn't played exceptionally crazy or anything. He's fine. I just think the Bucks maybe have a more well-rounded team. Although I don't know what their injury situation is, to be fair, with any of these teams. But I think I'm gonna take the Bucks in an upset.
Fair enough. The Tampa Bay Cardinals, as they have been
Yeah,
coined.
yeah, pretty much.
And lastly, Packers Niners. I think this will also be a good wild card matchup.
Yeah.
And
The
of course, they both have very similar logos.
Yeah, I was about to say
Which
the
one is
ovular logo game.
the oval logo game with the team and the like letters in
Yes.
the oval. So, of course, very fun oval bowl here.
Yes,
Uh,
sir.
I I'm gonna take San Francisco. I think I just really like all the moves they made. I think that they're gonna be a great team, also in the playoffs. That's why I think it's gonna be an NFC West championship. That'd be really fun to watch. But what do you think?
I I think I'll take the Niners too. I think they made some good moves this year. So, I think they're maybe more
Fair, but
on the
maybe
rise
William
team.
Banks, maybe William Banks can get it done. Who knows?
Maybe, but we will see. Let's go ahead and take a advance here. We'll see, and we'll have to keep an eye on if I get signed magically.
Yeah, I think we'll
Uh,
probably have to wait till after the Super Bowl.
yeah.
I assume that's when you're gonna get
Okay,
a.
so some interesting developments here. Let's look at the AFC first. Broncos with a 1 point win in the fourth quarter,
Wow.
going maybe for two, I'm assuming, to win the game 22-7 over the Texans. Very close, very even across the board on pretty much everything, including an injury. So first off, Esteban De La Rosa played really well for the Texans, but it was not enough. Parker Peterman was the starter here. Played solid, but got hurt. And Justice Witherspoon, the veteran backup, comes in and does good enough to help get the win. Texans' run game was very good with Conrad and Stanford. Broncos could not really run the football, so surprisingly, I don't know how they won, honestly, at least offensively. Jose Gibson with 100 yards. Seth Oliver had a nice game and a touchdown. Tris McDougal got a touchdown, nothing super crazy outside of that. Moorhead, yes, please. One touchdown. Giles and Rodriguez also got touchdowns. But defensively, Texans, they had more TFLs. And they had 3 sacks. Pat McDaniels with 2, Seth Sandler with 1, and Jamie Decker, the only one with 2 sacks there for the Broncos. So I don't know. It seemed in like 2 fumbles for both teams, and neither recovered. So it just seems like the Broncos just had more opportunity, more opportune um, drives, I guess. Just slight. I mean, obviously, with
Yes,
1 point, they were going pretty
it is.
even, but
Yeah,
I think
really
that
seems like Denver just went for
yeah,
it on the last play and edged it out.
yeah, because they were very even pretty much in everything else. But honestly, I think the Texans just played overall better, slightly, just not a lot, but slightly. But Broncos move on to take on the Dolphins, so that should be an interesting defensive matchup. And then Bengals do lose. Their offense does not really put up quite the day that they'd hope for. Will Samuels sacked 8 times.
Jesus
Brutal.
Christ.
I forgot about that. How bad that O line is. He had as good as a game as he could probably have under the circumstances. 268, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. Gabe Pearman honestly just played safe, and that's all they needed. 2 touchdowns, 161 yards, sacked once, missed only 5 completions. Run game wise, you had a nice split between Purnell and Genty, and a touchdown for Genty. Quincy Barber, former Giants, ran well. They just had to go away from the run, it seems like. Dylan Thomas had a nice day. So did Pinkins, Max McKee as well. Aiden Goodman had a touchdown for 53 yards. Simmons also got a touchdown, but yeah, this pass rush absolutely demolished the O line and Samuels for the Raiders. Although the Bengals' run defense was getting in the backfield with 5 TFLs. But yeah, the sacks, 2 for McPherson, 2 for Gardner, 1.5 for Nash, 1 for Elfman, 1 for Sanchez, not your Sanchez, but or no, yes, no, yeah, the Raven Sanchez was yours, and then
Yeah.
um, some other involvement there, but 1 pick for Cooper DeJean, who's been here for quite a while at this point. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, Raiders defense really just came to play, and that was all they needed was to just get those drive enders. Those, I mean, because that there's the stat, or maybe it's not stat, but it's more so of a thing where sacks are more likely to kill a drive than turnovers,
Mm.
which is
Yeah. No, it's fair.
crazy. Not more likely. There's a better. It's more detrimental, I guess, than a turnover is more what I should be saying. But yeah, eight
Yeah, I feel like
sacks.
yeah, 8 sacks is definitely just that's outrageous. And
Yeah, that's brutal.
what a front for the Raiders, man. That's
Yeah,
not a group to go against.
yeah. But one thing you did go against was the Browns, which you shouldn't have, clearly, because Browns winning
Yeah.
29-17, held the Chargers till the second half to score. Yeah, it was just too little, too late for the Chargers. Browns defense, probably played pretty well here, but Cole Marshall, nice game, 255, 3 touchdowns, sacked twice. Only missed 9 throws. Brandon Bishop, not a terrible game in the grand scheme of things, but a pick and 54 complete percentage isn't great. Rushing, very clear that the Browns had a much more successful run game because Daryl Manning for the Chargers, 2.5 yards per carry, does not get you
That's definitely
anything.
probably why they lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
LaMichael Campbell had a nice game, 105 for 2 touchdowns. Estrada, 70 and a touchdown. Clark as well, 55 and a touchdown. Judkins got one through the air as well. And defensively, Craver led in tackles, TFLs. Browns had a ton. But, again, the Browns defense just very good still. And they got 2 sacks as well from their edge rushers. The 2 D tackles from the Chargers got sacks, and Sean McDonald had the pick. Just too much defense for Brandon Bishop to overcome. In that run game
So
specifically.
funny thing is, no matter who wins, we are going to see a repeat on the AFC side at least
There you
for
go.
a shower. Yeah, because we've
Yeah.
had a Dolphins got there, Broncos, Browns, and Raiders have all gotten there.
Yeah, very, very interesting. These 4 teams have been some of the mainstays for sure in the playoffs.
Yeah, but I think the only one who I think won a Super Bowl was the
No,
Browns, right?
Dolphins beat me the second time, and then the
Oh yeah,
Browns
yeah,
did.
right.
Yes, but the Broncos and Raiders both lost in their last Super Bowl appearances. But let's look
Right,
at your
so
NFC side here.
fun storylines, and opposite of that, I don't think any of these teams have made a Super Bowl. Of course, Giants
Uh,
and
yes,
Cardinals.
in
Well,
our
obviously they haven't really oh yeah,
yeah,
but not in the
Bucks.
franchise.
Yeah, Bucks lost, but yeah, they were the only one here, I think, in Panthers. The only 2 teams that did make it lost.
Right.
So
So
yeah,
that's a fun one, but let's break it down. Beginning with the 2 seed taking on the 7 seed, overtime thriller wild card game here as Panthers gave them a run for their money, but ultimately the offense did enough to take this one. And let's just get right into it. So Alex Gleason played like shit. This is going to be interesting to see because Gleason was not at all the reason they kept this close. He wasn't good. He threw a pick, no touchdowns, 162 yards. Burrow was lights out,
yeah,
356 for 3 touchdowns, took 2 sacks. Gleason took 3. This is why they kept it close. Eric Neal was a baller game here, 19
yeah.
carries, 119 yards for a touchdown, 6.3 a carry.
Oh, Brock
Brock Cox
Cox.
also.
Hell
Brock
yeah,
Cox
out
had
of
a nice game.
William and
William,
Mary.
what a interesting player there, and he actually
Oh,
came in with a touchdown as well. And
love Brock
this run game
Cox.
was very strong run game for the Panthers. They outplayed the Rams running backs, but just too much of a deficit in the pass game. If they had a quarterback, Panthers probably would have won this game. But Mateo Quintana, brother of Nico Quintana,
Sure.
is now here with the Rams, having an insane 137-yard 2-touchdown game. And Logan Booth also stepping up in the
Great,
so I don't know
great
where
grandson of John Wilkes himself.
Oh yeah. Oh wow, that's not good. Shantavius Wilbin, 7 catches for 81 yards. I'm curious where Rainey went, and there was that other guy, right? I
Uh,
thought there was someone else that they liked.
Will,
I'm trying to look.
well,
Rainey didn't get a
Rainey
single
looks like
catch. It
he's
might have been.
probably hurt. Yeah.
I would have to assume because I don't know why else this would be this the way it is. But receivers all played really well regardless. Tataroa McMillan's still here as a Panther. Doesn't end up doesn't end up doing enough really, and just I mean the quarterback play was the reason I think they weren't doing enough.
Yeah.
Honestly, Maxwell Hairston's the leading tackler, which is not too great to see when it's a corner. Jordan Felix with 2 sacks for the Rams. Callum Wilkins brought in the other sack for the Rams, and of course 2 defenders here, Lockley and Borden, getting sacks for Carolina. And the lone pick was Jerry Wilkins out of Auburn, an award winner. I'm not sure what award he won, but he won an award. Let me see any fumbles. I don't think so. Yep, nothing. Okay, so yeah, just I think it was a fun game. Obviously, took it to overtime. Carolina did score 14 points in the fourth quarter thanks to that really strong run game, but Burrow and the offense, they just could do enough, and our defense did enough to shut down Gleason and advance to the divisional. So, coming up next, we have another home team winning, another very fun game. I'm glad I called this out for game of the week and not the
Yeah.
Browns Chargers because
Yeah.
this is a fun one here. 28-24, Washington wins it over
Look at the
Tampa Bay.
score. It's
Uh,
each team took us. They
wow.
only.
So yeah, it starts off
Yeah.
Buccaneers shot out with 10-point lead in the first, and then Washington before half is able to take the lead with 14 points. Then in the third quarter, the Buccaneers get 14 points of their own, and then Washington closing it out with 2 more touchdowns to win the game. So this is just an offensive uh, back and forth.
Yeah. Yeah. Very. They took
So
back
yeah,
and forth a little too literally.
near 400 yards for both teams. Of course, the Commanders are north of 400 with 433. Buccaneers 384 of offense. Just going to scroll down. Time of possession is pretty similar, so let's get into the nitty gritty. Jonathan Nichols is the guy for the Washington Commanders. 4 touchdowns, 1 pick, 372 yards. He did take 5 sacks, which isn't great. Dane McQueen played solid, but he just didn't throw a touchdown. Didn't do much there. Solid completion percentage, but he was not the scorer of this Buccaneers offense. Jonathan Nichols was. The scorer of this Buccaneers offense was Marcus Robinson, who you're very intimately familiar with.
Oh,
19
very
carries,
intimate.
144 yards, 7.6 a carry, and 2 touchdowns. Dane McQueen also gets involved on the ground, punching one in with his legs. A little bit of extra work here. Donovan Lett with 3.9 a carry on 10 carries and a little bit of extra action there. Receiving wise, Maurice Pryor was the main benefactor of Jonathan Nichols' game here with 122 and 2 touchdowns. Malik Neighbors proving to be a very efficient weapon as well. 100 yards, 4 catches, and a touchdown. Very nice receiving group, I think, honestly, for the squad. Tony Costa with 67 yards and a
Nice.
touchdown. Yeah, Ethan Roth tried his best. Of course, maybe I was gonna make a fat joke, but I couldn't want to think of one.
Badass.
That big fat receiver man.
Right, Ethan Broth.
We're cooked. So Layden McBride with 3 sacks. Okay, we'll let up 3 sacks. Sorry, I should have clarified that. He's poop. Emmett Cummings is the leading tackler of this game for the Commanders. 2.5 sacks for Billy Coroner, who is not a corner; he's a D tackle. And yeah, so he had a good day individually, and Tampa was getting in the backfield as we mentioned, but Jonathan Soriano, as well as Kurt Hoftalling. I've never seen that last name before.
I don't know.
Hodling, maybe.
Hodling.
And then Jerry Meltzer with half a sack. And Hunter Stringer also chipped in for half a sack for Tampa, but as well as the lone interception, Don Peterson grabbed it, but just too lackluster of an offense for Tampa. And I mean, it was back and forth, as we said, so no wonder the stats are, there's not really an outlier here, but ultimately it was just the Commanders who made the last play, and they are able to advance. There was also a forced fumble for the Commanders, and I believe that's where the turnover came from because it was a tied turnover battle. Brandon Bell, the rookie free safety, punching and recovering one out. So last game we will look at here is the Packers taking on the Niners, which we both called our shot there with that tough Niners team, but William Banks is here, baby, and he's winning playoff games. had a great day offensively for this squad and dominated time of possession. The two things you like to see for a football team. Josh Carter is here, of course, with San Francisco. 3 touchdowns and 1 interception, 80 completion percentage for him. Not a bad day, but just William Banks was cleaner and better. 346, 2 touchdowns, 76 completion percentage. Run game wise, Emmett Dunn had a nice game, 4.5 a carry and a touchdown. BJ Silvers did not have a nice game, 2.7 a carry, but they just kept feeding it to him and got 2 touchdowns with him. And I think at some point they realized that this rookie running back here, Jacques McCann, 3 attempts for 18 yards and a touchdown for that Packers running back. Kind of helped change the pace with BJ Silver's 20 carries. Receiving wise, holy smokes. Leonard Starks with 124 and a touchdown. Trey Escobar, 103 and a touchdown on 6 carries. Pete Schwartz tried his best, 3 touchdowns for Pete Schwartz and 84 yards. Wasn't unfortunately enough. Martin Rodriguez also having a solid performance for San Francisco, and a couple other guys. Mike Widener also trying to chip in there, 3 for 39. Just didn't end up mattering. Let's go over the defense. Mark Esparza, 15 tackles leading with San Francisco. Sacks wise, not a single sack this game. I just realized that. Wow.
Yeah.
Not a single sack. I don't think I've seen that yet. I don't think I've actually seen that yet, which is interesting. Nick Rhodes for the Packers, though, did get 1 interception, and that proved to be costly.
By the way, I don't know if you saw Cordell Humphreys for the Niners had 4 TFLs.
Oh, I did not see that. I skipped over TFLs, but that is good job from the Niners. Obviously, I think that's probably a lot of those on BJ Silvers when he got fed 20 times. So I
Yeah.
assume he got stopped in the backfield a few times. But yeah, no. So it's very interesting.
Yeah, I
I
will
just
say. Go ahead.
Good.
Finish your thing because it's more an
Oh,
overall thing for me.
just gonna say that I think the Packers receivers and of course William Banks just stepped up more, and that interception proved to be costly. The Packers just kept scoring.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, very fair. I will say, I don't know if you picked up on it too. It seems like there's a trend here where the team that passed better is the one that won. It was
Oh no.
but like even though the other team usually could not pass as well, but had a good run game, but it didn't matter because the run game wasn't enough to outwin
Sure,
essentially.
admittedly they're close. Yeah, I feel like just the pass game though gives you more. Both of those games, of course, were like you had to kind of stay ahead, and I think
Yeah,
the passing game obviously helps you do that more. Your run
yeah,
game is your tone setter, right? So
but
but a
yeah,
passing game is
yeah,
like your heartbeat. So you need
yeah.
to make sure you have a good pass game.
Absolutely, absolutely. Just like I feel like other than the Raiders game, it was pretty much the case of the team that ran better lost. It was really what happened, which is crazy because usually
Yeah.
if you run the ball well, you should be winning, but no, it's 5 out of the 6 wildcard games, the teams that ran better in their games lost. Um, but it is what it is. We have some interesting matchups here. Dolphins, Broncos. I It's a very interesting matchup. We've seen both these teams quite a bit in the playoffs. I think I don't know. It's tough because I don't know. I'm gonna go Dolphins. I think their front is still very good. I feel like they've retained a lot of their talent. How about you?
That's fair. I'm gonna bet on the Broncos. I
It's
think
fair.
that defense is really good. I bet on them last week and worked out, and I'm gonna bet on them again. I think this is gonna be a nice little 7 seed run here for Denver. But
Fair
the
enough.
Dolphins are definitely capable of taking this one.
Fair enough. And I feel like we've seen these two teams against each other a couple times. Browns, Raiders, two of the very best defenses in the league. Obviously, both teams showed a lot of points their past games, but I don't know if it'll be the same this time around. I feel like I'm going to take the Browns. I just don't know if Gabe Pearman is going to play better than Cole Marshall, and I think that's the main difference between the two teams because otherwise they're very comparable.
That's fair. This is the toughest one that I've had to call. Because the run. I mean, hmm, I don't know. I'm not sure. Not sure what the hmm. I'm gonna go with the Browns. I'll go with the Browns. I'll bet on Walt Snead and the Cleveland Browns to win this one here against the Raiders. Yeah, yeah. It's a tough one though. I think this one could definitely go either way.
Fair enough. How about the NFC?
So NFC wise, let me propose these to you. So Falcons taking on the 4 seed Green Bay Packers. William Banks, of course, coming off that heater of a game against a loaded San Francisco team, and of course the Falcons are on a bye, but we know that they're dangerous. Of course, the best team in the NFC in the regular season. What do you think? What do you think here?
I'm gonna go with the Bobby Hendricks experience. I think he's been phenomenal, and I don't really know if he's stoppable uh, right now.
He's looked stupidly good. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
he's one of the best rookies. Just first 2 years, he's just been absolutely amazing.
yeah.
I'm gonna agree with you. I'm not gonna just say, oh, underdog. I'm gonna have to say he is. And William Banks, of course, was the underdog in the last game. I know, of course, he was the 4 seed playing the 5 seed. Don't think that's indicative of the Niners were the better team.
Yeah.
And so, I think it'd be fun if the underdog wins this, but I just think the Falcons are just ready for it. I think this could really be their year with their super young quarterback still on a cheap contract and all that talent that they have. Of course, they've rectified the losses that they had in last season. I think they're ready. Um, Now, the last divisional matchup here we're gonna have our predictions on is the Rams and the Commanders. Of course, also a fun thing to note is only not no road teams won in the wild card in the NFC side, and only road teams in the AFC side won. I just
There you
realized that.
go. Also in
Fun
the
little flip.
NFC side, we still have one team representing each division.
That is very fun. Yes,
Yeah,
you're exactly right.
I
So
am.
we'll see the West and the East, our two divisions clash. Or I guess your former division, my current division clashing.
Hey man, too
Uh,
soon.
Two. So okay, you won 3 Super Bowls in a row. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. So this is also going to be a fun one. I don't know how to feel about this one either. I think these are both really good teams, and oh man, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, and they also won in very similar fashions.
Do
Do
you
you
like
bet on Jonathan?
Scadaboo or do you like Malik Neighbors more?
Oh yeah, this is the Malik Neighbors Scadaboo Bowl. Of course, Scadaboo doesn't really play football anymore for this
True.
team, but he's yeah, Marquis Turner is the guy. So no, oh man, this is also a very fun game though. I really like this matchup, and I'm just gonna bet on the Rams solely because I think Burrow. It's just time for a Burrow to break through. And they actually I was lying to you, because the Rams did win a Super Bowl. I
They
don't know what I
did.
was talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
So
you're a silly
I was a
stupid.
big dummy, and I
I
think the
also
Burrow's gonna go.
agreed with you, but I'm gonna pin that all on you.
No, you
Because
can pin it on me. I conveyed it with such confidence. I forgot that the
they
Rams
they
beat the
played the
Broncos.
Broncos. We could see a rematch.
That'd be a fun one, but
Yeah.
no, I think the Rams are going to win just because they have a Burrow, they have all that stuff, Wilbin
Yeah.
and company, and all sorts of good things there. And just, do you think Jeremy? Sorry, Jonathan. I don't know. I keep calling him fucking Jeremy. Fucking
I know.
Jonathan Nichols.
Yeah.
Of
Jeremy
course,
Nichols was
the
like a running back,
white
I'm
the
pretty sure.
white boy cousin of Power Nichols. Or no,
Well,
his
no,
name
he
was
was
Eccles. That
he
doesn't even work. That
Eccles.
doesn't even work. That doesn't even work.
Bro's
I don't
trying to
know,
make
man. Just
connections that
give me the
aren't there.
Rams. Give
He's
me the
going
Rams. Give me
schizophrenic
the
mode here.
Rams.
I'm gonna just mute my mic and let you talk to yourself the whole time. Um.
Give me Nichols. What
Anyways,
do you think?
yeah, I think this one's tough because I do think the Rung Nichols, the young what did I say Rung young Nichols, Nicholas, is it Nichols, just Nichols straight up?
It's just Nichols.
Yes, Nichols, Jonathan Nichols has impressed me. Um, and he's had a really good connection with Malik Neighbors and his other receivers, but I don't know. I think I'm gonna take the Rams as well. I think they're maybe just a little bit more ready than the Commanders. Um, so yeah,
That's my game of the week, though. I think.
I,
Actually, no. Browns Raiders might be my game. It's gonna be a good one
they're
as
all
well.
games of the week.
These are all really good divisional games.
Yeah,
To be
it'll be
fair,
very
actually,
interesting. But
fun playoffs.
let's,
Despite none of us being in it. It's a
yeah,
fun one.
sadly. But let's see who moves on to the championship games. It will be the Browns and Broncos and Falcons and Rams. Let's talk about the AFC first. Broncos absolutely destroy the Dolphins. Yeah, I mean, Dolphins offense just got
That defense,
outplayed
man.
an insane amount.
Oof.
Yeah, 15 minutes of time extra for the Broncos, and it wasn't because of the quarterback. Justice Witherspoon was in. Obviously, Peterman hurt. He fills in, but he does enough, but he doesn't have to really do much. He had a 76-yard pass, and everything else was extremely short. Oscar Browning stunk it up though, sacked 5 times, 47 completion percentage. Didn't throw a pick, but threw a touchdown. Just a rough day for him. Um, Broncos had a nice run game with Claxton getting the majority of the carries and yardage, but Matt Wright punching in 3 touchdowns on the ground with 11 carries. Witherspoon also got some carries, broke a tackle.
Little Matt running back.
Also, the rookie Lewis Parrish got in there with a couple carries too. And the Dolphins, their run game wasn't bad either. Elliott Farr had a nice 12 carry game, but they just had to get away from it. Unfortunately, Tristan McDougald with a nice game, 104 yards and a touchdown. And the Dolphins passing game just wasn't really available, honestly.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's really the O line gave up 5 sacks, and that's brutal, including the 3 given up from Jake Caps. So Daryl Brown.
Reed Hastings is a Bronco.
Oh, that's a big one. I will say Dolphins. Definitely very very big run defense day for them, but clearly the 5 sacks from the defense for the Broncos was too much. Jimmy Decker, Jamie Herrera, Marcus Brackett, Reed Hastings, and then Bob Youngblood and Buddha Blades. That's a fun name at corner.
Wow.
A lot of secondary guys getting in here, so definitely getting fancy with the blitzes. But yeah, it's just this Broncos pass rush was too much, and they
that
had
defense, man.
Yeah.
I was watching. I was like, man, that's a good team. That's a good
It's a very good defense, very good team, and they're going to head on to the AFC Championship game against the very close win for the Browns, who won 16-13. We did think it was going to be a defensive game, and it was almost identical stats in terms of yards. But Raiders actually had more time with the ball and more first downs. They just weren't able to get it done. Cole Marshall, didn't make any mistakes, but didn't really do anything too impressive either. 158 yards, sacked 1, 65 completion percentage. Pierman threw a touchdown, 157 yards, but threw a pick, sacked twice, 60 completion percentage. So very similar games for these quarterbacks. But the run game was also interesting here. Judkins obviously having a great game, 75 yards, 75 carries would be crazy.
Huge fucking Titan.
75 yards and a touchdown. Purnell was also good for the Raiders, 60 yards, but no touchdown. Walt Snead leading the Browns, 84 catches. Dalvin Simmons with 51 and a touchdown for the Raiders. Yeah, I mean, it was, again, just the defenses just did a great job. Felix Ford found a job with the Raiders. Yeah, good for them. 2 sacks given up. That's the experience for them. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. These defenses, it's not like they put in a crazy amount of sacks. They probably put some pressure, but 2 sacks for the Browns, 1 for the Raiders. It's just they just did a great job, not letting them get first downs. It's pretty much as simple as it gets there. Caleb Curtis had the pick, so that obviously helped as well. So very low scoring game, but the Browns hold on, and that score is going to haunt you as well because that's the score of 16-13 of the Super Bowl that you lost last year. But let's look at the. Yeah. Oh wow! I didn't even look at the scores on the right side.
Jeez. Okay, so unfortunately, William Banks, and we did call this William Banks, the Packers, they were not ready. Had a fun little playoff win, and it was fun and exciting. But 7 seed faced 1 seed. This is the result you're sometimes going to get, of course, unless your name is the Broncos. Yeah, absolutely smacked. 31-3. They just got steamed. The yardage-wise, the Packers were doing something. They just could not convert into points. Falcons had more time of possession. Let's dig into it. So yeah, William Banks. I'm gonna start here. 66 completion percentage, sacked 4 times, threw a pick, 204 yards. Nothing too great, but yeah, no, it's Interesting. Bobby Hendricks had a great game though, coming off the bye. 2 touchdowns, 242. Only sacked once, but clean with the football. 79 completion percentage. Love to see it. Running wise, Davon Kemp had himself a solid little game here. 66 yards on 18 carries and a touchdown. Jalen Morris also came in with 5 a carry, 4 for 20. Nice little change of pace guy. And Bobby Hendricks gets involved in the run as well and punches in a touchdown. Yeah, just Packers could not run the ball. BJ Silvers is not really the guy, I think, and he's did okay, I guess, but
Yeah,
they
he's
didn't
gonna
really run
have
the
to go.
ball.
He's gonna have to go give BJ's behind a Long John Silver's to get money at this point.
There you go. That's a good call, and there you go. So
Is it?
going going to the yep, very good call there. So going to the receiving, interesting. I see like no touchdowns for these guys, but let's talk about yards. Glenn Burnett, 77 for 9 catches. Noah Whalen has a solid game in the losing effort. Same with Preston Malone. Where are these touchdowns coming from? Actually, I want to see. So we had Brent McAllister, the tight end, gets a touchdown here, and Jalen Morris, the fullback, got a touchdown in the air.
Damn.
And I think the rest were rushing touchdowns. So I think just the Falcons got ahead early. They had to abandon the run, and they just couldn't get much done in the pass game. Drew Phillips, leading tackler for the Packers. So
Interesting.
that's where Drew Phillips ended up. TFLs, nothing too crazy. Couple of TFLs spread around. Jalen Jalen Walker with a great game, 2.5 sacks. Tim McCoy,
Walker. Playoffs.
Walker, Tim McCoy.
Oh wow, what a signing!
Him going to the Falcons. Jesus Lord,
that's
oh
scary.
man, 1.5 sacks there, and he
Jalen
looks
Walker.
scary. Honestly, he looks
looks like
serious.
he'd kill you.
Fernando Castillo with the lone interception as well, and 2 deflections, which leads the day. Nothing else really to say. Yeah, just Falcons just dominated. I mean, they were just a better team, had the better players. William Banks couldn't get it done. And lastly, for the divisional round, whammy here is going to be the Rams and the
Molly
Commanders.
Whopper or whatever you said. Molly Whacker. Whatever you said. Holy shit, the Rams time of possession.
Let's take a look. Oh god, I was chuckling. Oh my goodness, yeah. So low scoring game, but the Rams dominated offensively. I mean, I know it's a 1-score game, not I mean, 16-10, but almost 200 yards more than the Commanders. They just dominated the game, and they held on to the ball a lot longer. Corey Burrell was just super efficient, 67 completion percentage. He got sacked 6 times, actually. That's not great, but 285 and a touchdown is good. Jonathan Nichols, though, got sacked 4 times, threw a pick, 1 touchdown, 45 completion percentage. He just wasn't ready to face Corey Mother Loving a Burrell. But Commanders defense kept him in it. Marquis Turner, 66 yards and a touchdown on 16 carries. A pretty solid day, pretty efficient. 4.1 a carry, you'll take that. Donovan Lett couldn't do anything for the Commanders' run game. James Cadaboo came in and got the ball a couple times. He's a backup running back at this point. Not really much else to say rushing-wise. Receiving-wise, Colston Loveland leads the Rams on the day. I feel like they have so many different weapons they use, like Shantavius Wilburn and Logan Booth, and Malcolm Rainey's back playing football now, and Colston Loveland, of course. So all sorts of good stuff there. You love to see it. Cam Scadaboo also got.
Hello? Uh-oh. Hello? Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I don't know why I just...
What happened?
I don't know. Lost you. Or lost me.
Oh,
I don't know. Hold on.
You
You're getting all robotic again.
So yeah, they got Rainey back, 3 catches, 34 yards for him, but Colston Loveland stepped up big for the Rams here, 8 catches, 92 yards. Logan Booth with 6 catches, 70 yards, and Shantavius Wilburn also gets involved with a touchdown. Malik Neighbors, they couldn't employ him as much as they wanted to. 3 catches, 44 yards. He led the Commanders on the day. Just the Rams receivers, they have all sorts of weapons. I'd be scared as a, of course they're playing the Falcons. We know that, but so many weapons for the Rams. It feels like they can employ any of them at any time, and any one of these guys can have a big game. Going to defense really quick. RJ Briscoe leads the everything in sacks here. I didn't check the leading tackler, which is Emmett Cummings, of course, the GOAT, and alongside Kyrie Melvin. But RJ Briscoe is the leading sack man. Andrew Manuel is also up here for the Rams. Couple of guys for the Commanders.
A bunch of sacks. Just
Just a bunch of
everyone
sacks
got
and half
involved.
sacks. Don
Cummings,
Colvin is the lone guy, big boy right there.
the Don,
Love to see that. The Don, no, the Don. I like that. The
going to
Don,
Culver's,
the Pillsbury Doughboy or whatever the fuck. I
the
don't know. I'm just
Pillsbury
saying
Don
shit.
boy.
The Bears out. There you go. And nothing else to really say. So yeah, just dominant win for the Rams. They just kept control of the clock, held the ball on offense, and their defense the rest. So we have a championship match. Can you still hear me?
Yeah,
My thing might be awesome.
good.
Okay. Championship matchup here. Browns, Broncos, Falcons, Rams. How about you fill us in on this AFC championship matchup?
Oh, I'll fill you in, all right. But
Oh
Browns
no.
Broncos, very interesting matchup. We've seen the Browns defense really at play here this playoff run so far. Offensively, struggled against a good Raiders defense. So this Broncos defense, who's been pretty good, could be a problem. But Broncos also, have had some tough matchups on their way here. Obviously, a 1-point win against the Texans, and did beat up on the Dolphins. But this is an interesting matchup here with two really good defenses going head to head. But I do think, I don't know, it's tough because you got, if Justice Witherspoon's still the quarterback for the Broncos, like, I don't know. I mean, their run game has been carrying them enough, but I feel like the Browns have just a better quarterback situation, and their run game's also good. Their defense is also very good. I think I'm going to lean Browns, but I definitely could go either way.
Yeah, if they don't have their starting quarterback, I think the Browns are going to edge it out. Cole Marshall provides more stability at the position. That Broncos defense, I do like a bit more than the Browns defense. Not to say the Browns defense is bad by any means, because they aren't. But I just really like what I saw from that Broncos defense. But I just think the Browns have enough, of course, with having a quarterback, Cole Marshall, who I think can definitely get them right back to the Super Bowl. I'm going to take the Cleveland Browns here, but I think it's going to be a close one. We will head over to the NFC side. We'll quickly recap these two's journeys. Of course, the Falcons, the 1 seed, the elite team in the NFC, and in the divisional, they just absolutely mollywopped the Green Bay Packers. I mean, that's the only word really you could use. 28-point win, and they're just right here at the championship hosting a Rams team who had a bit of a shake. Their games haven't been quite so convincing. They take the 7 seed Panthers, win in overtime, and ugly game from Gleason, and then it wasn't too great, but they managed to squeak it out in overtime. And against the Commanders, just seems like Nichols wasn't really quite the quarterback that he needed to be, and the defense does seem pretty solid. But in their offense, of course, Rural and company are pretty good. But heading to the championship, 1 seed and 2 seed, of course, pretty much opposite from the Broncos 7 seed and the Browns 5 seed. So it's a fun little parallel there. But I'm going to take the Atlanta Falcons. I think that this is their year. And the Rams, of course, they're trying to go back to another Super Bowl. But I just think the Falcons are looking really, really nice. And I'm going to have to see it to believe it. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think these two teams are very, very good, and I think they both have a good shot. I think if they make it, they might be the favorites, regardless of which one of them makes it to win the Super Bowl. But it is tough. I mean, I don't know. I think the Rams. I think you can't exactly discredit the quarterback play. Like you can't say the quarterback play was the reason they won those two playoffs games because they forced those quarterbacks to have bad games. To be fair. So their defense has been great. They have the weapons offensively to keep up with anybody. But I don't know, the Falcons, I mean, they've been on a tear. Bobby Hendricks has been great. Obviously brought in some great players. Tim McCoy was a hell of a signing. I think I'm going to lean Falcons with you here. I think they look very, very impressive.
Impressive indeed. Well, we will see which of these teams will face in the Super Bowl. We could get a Rams Broncos rematch. Could see the Browns back in the Super Bowl or the Falcons for the first time. Let's see it. Okay.
So
All
we
right,
do have
so
Falcons,
let's.
Broncos, a 1 seed, 7 seed Super Bowl. Let's look at the Broncos, Browns. Yeah, Broncos handled the Browns, honestly. The Browns offensively just not able to keep up, it looks like. Even though, actually, they outperformed, surprisingly. It's just they weren't able to score more points. It was just they couldn't convert into touchdowns here. Yeah, I mean, Justice Witherspoon actually stepped up big time. Had maybe his best game of his career. 183 yards, 3 touchdowns, 3 incompletions on the day. Sacked 3 times. Cole Marshall was good too. Honestly, 273, a touchdown. Only 6 incompletions, 4 sacks on him. Run game, so Matt Claxton ran very efficiently. Quinshon Judkins did not, and that is a big difference there. Yeah, Broncos' run game was great. Walt Snead with 7 for 104 and a touchdown. PJ Merritt was solid. Tris McDougal with 52 and a touchdown. Claxton with 51 and a touchdown through the air. Also a touchdown for Jose Gibson. So, yeah, I mean, definitely found some more success there. Markel Payton, the left tackle, gave up 3 sacks. Wasn't that your tackle? Or is that my thinking wrong?
Who? Who?
Markel Payton, wasn't he your left tackle?
Sounds vaguely familiar. Maybe not. I mean, it might have been. It might have
I
been.
feel like it was. He's given up a sack. Will Carr is on the Browns too. Um, he gave up a sack, but oops, wrong button. Defensively, not a ton of like high tacklers in this game. A lot of run defense for both teams, but obviously the Broncos did a little bit better. And then sacks wise, obviously Angelo Delgado with 2 sacks, 2 for Conway for the Browns, along with the rookie Reynolds. But Bob Youngblood got in there for a sack, and Reed Hastings, also an underrated signing for the Broncos, to get a sack. No turnovers, but yeah, Broncos run game and their just efficient defense really did a good
Man,
job
Justice
today.
Witherspoon, what a story.
Yeah,
Very, of course, they're that starting quarterback injured in the wild card win. They go on to win, the 7 seed,
I
and they go
wonder.
on to win, they beat the one
Yeah,
seed, and then go to the Super Bowl.
yeah, I wonder if he'll be back in
I
time.
don't. I think he's on IR because I'm looking. He's out for 1 to 3 weeks, so he might be
Okay,
back.
so
Parker
we'll have to
Peterman
see.
might come back.
But the question is,
Yeah.
do you start him? It's kind of like one of those situations where, sure he is missing a while, but do you start the guy who hasn't played, or do you ride the hot hand? I don't know.
That's a good question. I think either quarterback's in a good position. We'll talk about rosters and stuff, but we just know, Tristan McDougal and Marlon Giles. Well, yeah, there's a lot of guys there to help your quarterback, no matter who's going to be under center. So it should be a fun one, but we will see a 1 seed, 7 seed Super Bowl, of course, going over the Falcons beating the Rams. Rams put up a good fight, but just that Falcons team is so talented, and 400 yards of offense is going to be enough for the Falcons to overcome. No turnovers this game. Falcons do lean the time of possession game. They win it, but not convincingly so. Bobby Hendricks had a very nice game, 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. He was sacked 3 times, 86 completion percentage, though. He was super efficient and a very, very good quarterback today, slinging it all over. Corey Burrell was pretty good. 225, 2 touchdowns. He did have only a 65 completion percentage, which compared to, of course, 86% completion percentage is, it's noticeable, but we'll keep going here. Javier Delgado for the Atlanta Falcons, leading them in rushing, having a solid day. And Marquis Turner also had a solid day with a touchdown, 43 yards. But ultimately, just more contributors in the run game for Atlanta because they also had Davon Kemp, 3 carries for 19 yards, 6.3 carry. And Bobby Hendricks got a touchdown as well on 6 carries and 16 yards. So just a little more rushing production for them. And receiving wise, Donovan Booker, holy moly. I don't know who this guy is. He's wearing 23 as a receiver, which is an interesting choice. 7 catches, 147 yards for a touchdown. Glenn Barnett, of course, coming in here. 9 catches, 85 yards and a touchdown. Mateo Quintana tried his best here, 56 yards on 2 catches and a touchdown, but Brent McAllister also 52 and a touchdown. So it's just ultimately seems a bit back and forth in terms of receivers, but the Falcons just had more production from their 2 guys. Heading over to defense, leading tackler Jerry Wilkins for the Rams, Cam Kitchens as well up there, and a few TFLs, nothing too crazy. Tim McCoy with a sack for the Falcons, and that's also a huge signing. So, yeah, Tim McCoy, Reed Hastings. I mean, seeing a pattern, of course, these elite D tackles, gotta get them. You gotta get them because they make an impact on your defense. Andrew Manuel with a sack as well for the Rams, and of course Jordan Felix, RJ Briscoe also getting sacks to the Rams, but ultimately winning the sack battle didn't seem to quite matter. Um, and yeah, nothing really else noticeable. It just seems like, quite frankly, a Burrow got outplayed by the young quarterback Bobby Hendricks, who is now going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Can Atlanta bring them their first Super Bowl ever? Who knows? It's gonna be a
yeah,
fun one to see.
very true. And I absolutely hate that I can't see the Pro Bowl roster. It
Oh,
looks so stupid. But I don't
that
know. Maybe
is.
just go through real quick and say if there's
I'll
any
go
players
through
that
real
did.
quick. I'll go through the ones that matter here. So Parker Hunter is QB2. Marcus Robinson is running back 3. That's a fun one. Sean Long is the Pro Bowl wide receiver 1. Wilbin, yada yada yada. Trying to look for your guys. Will Boston is a right guard Pro Bowler. Uh, I might end up missing some of your linemen, but I don't see
I don't think they'll be
anyone that
there.
stands out. Yeah, I
I
don't
don't think
think
they'll be
I
there.
couldn't think so. Damone Kinley uh, is a Pro Bowl right end for the NFC. Um, Nothing standing out to me. Nico Quintana is a Pro Bowler at linebacker. Bellamy, wherever he went, he is also a Pro Bowler. Javon Bullard is a Pro Bowl free safety, and nothing really else. Yeah, not too much in terms of Pro Bowl this year.
That is
So I
fine.
don't think you're missing out on too much.
That's fine. Let's head to the Super Bowl week here. Um, and we see some very. I forgot about JSN. Let's before we do anything else, let's go ahead and switch over. I'll get my other account on here, and we will be
That's
set up
good.
for everything else here. All right, we are set up here, back on the Broncos. Let's look at. Why can't I see the yearly awards? This is fucking stupid. This is
You could probably go to league and stats and
yeah,
awards, right?
yeah, yeah. Good call. All right, let's take a look. So Bobby
Wow.
Hendricks gets it done, dethrones Will Samuels as
I was
MVP.
not expecting that. I was not.
I was because I saw it on the right, but other than that, I didn't really kind of
Okay.
acknowledge how crazy that was. But good for him, man. Good for him, and
It is
finally
good for him.
getting
Oscar Browning at 3 does not make sense. I didn't think he had
he.
that good of
No,
a
he
year.
had a pretty good year,
Oh,
but
I'd just be racist to Oscar Browning.
that's
But
okay.
4th for Parker Hunter, solid.
Yeah, there you go.
La
Coach,
Rosa for the
yeah,
Texans.
yeah, there you
Okay.
go. Coach of the year goes to Ricky Anderson, the Dolphins head coach, which fair enough. Um, don't see Peaks at 9, so falling down the board a little bit here.
Yeah. Well, you missed the
Um,
playoffs. I'm surprised he's even
yeah,
really in here.
yeah,
So
that's fine though. Looking quickly through the AFC, Lad McConkey gets Offense Player of the Year. Defense Player of the Year goes to Dennis Stern. Ty Rankin, quarterback for the Titans, gets Offense Rookie of the Year. Defense Rookie of the Year goes to Cesar Flores. I'm assuming a D tackle. Best QB does go to Will Samuels. Best running back, Judkins. Best receiver, McConkey. Best lineman is Sam Redding, former Cardinals. Shout out to him. I miss him. Best D lineman goes to Dennis Stern. Trey Sanchez, not yours. The Raiders won. Best linebacker. Best DB goes to Jonathan Parrish, who led with the interceptions this year. Then best kicker is Andres Borregales. And
there you go.
looking at the NFC, Jackson Smith and Jigba, what a crazy comeback year for him. 33 or
Yeah.
something years old in free agency after the draft. Falcons pick him up, give him a chance, and he has a crazy year. Do see Sean Long there at 2, Bobby Hendricks at 3. Parker Hunter is in there at 7.
Nice, nice.
Defensive Player of the Year goes to Bryce Malone, the Niners D tackle. Damone Kinley at 2. There you
Yeah,
go.
that's awesome. Awesome,
Um,
awesome.
and honestly, slightly surprised we didn't see Brett Charles, who had a good year, but it was a great year for a lot of defensive players, so that's fine, I guess. Zach Smith goes to the Cowboys and wins an Offense Rookie of the Year. Um, do see Justin Short, the backup tight end, or actually the starting tight end, I guess, at 5 for the Cardinals. Giants,
Holmes fucking 7.
Combs at
Wow.
7. Defense rookie of the
Yeah.
year go. What? Defensive rookie of the year?
It's
Aaron Reinhardt hammered down for the Cowboys. Another one gets defensive
rookie,
rookie of the
yeah.
year. And C2, or no, sorry, only one. Cardinal, Jalen Drake, the first overall pick at 4. Um, Best QB, obviously Bobby Hendricks. You do see Hunter at 3. Best running back goes to Eric Neal. Of course, he's kind of become the best guy. And then Marcus Robinson at 3. And neither of our guys, which isn't shocking.
Yeah.
Best receiver, JSN. You see Sean Long in there. Akeem Woodson at 8. There you
Ah,
go.
it's just a prophecy,
It
man.
is. He's the guy.
Prophecy.
Marvin Harrison at 10. Offensive lineman, yeah. I mean, Andrew Castaneda, what a pickup for the Rams he was.
Oh, yeah.
Gets it. We've been seeing that a lot, honestly. The after draft free agency pickups for the linemen, the O linemen have been winning best O lineman afterwards. Wyatt Boston at 5 for you though. Best D line, Bryce Malone, Kinley at 2, and that's it. Best linebacker, Mark Esparza for the Niners. You do see Zeke Teague, former Cardinal, in there for 4. Nico Quintana, former Giants. You see Clavijo, current Giants, along with Sebastian Barkley at 7 and 9.
Yeah, the linebacker group's definitely gotten better.
Yeah, definitely. Best DB, Ron Kincaid for the Rams, in there. And then, yeah, that's about it. And then best kicker, Ben Sauls with the Lions, Cam Little with the Cardinals at 2, and Jake Wallace at 7 for the Giants there. But
There you go.
let's look at these rosters, I guess. Who do you want to commentate today, sir?
I you know what? I'll cover. I don't know, man. Then you pick. You pick. Yeah, I picked last time. Well, last time it was the Giants, so I didn't really pick. I just had to. But now it's
I'll,
your pick.
since I'm already on the Broncos, I'll just be the Broncos, and we'll start with them.
Do it.
So, looking at their quarterback, it does seem like Parker Peterman is going to be out today with his torn labrum. So, we will see, once again, Justice Witherspoon, 31-year-old, 83 overall.
What has he been really his career? I'm curious. 'Cause I remember him seeing his
can't
name.
recall. He's around. He went to Tampa Bay for a year. Didn't play for a team. Then went to Denver for a year. Didn't play, though. Went to Tampa Bay again for 2 years. Played once as a starter and then didn't play. Went to Green Bay for a year, started. Backup for Green Bay the year after. Didn't play at all at Green Bay the year after that. And then back to Denver and didn't play really much at all in the regular season. But he's been the playoff savior here. So, crazy career for him. We'll see if he can get it done. He's much more, obviously, of a pocket passer. Short to intermediate strength there. But their run game has been very fun here with some really good running backs. Matt Claxton, Matt Wright, and Luis Parrish. So, a couple Matts and a Luis. Pretty good trio here with, honestly, some good speed. 92 or higher for all of them. And we'll probably see a bit of all of them. Pretty good backfield. Marquise Ferguson's a pretty good fullback for the Broncos. Receiver, obviously one of the best in the league. Tristan McDougald, we've seen him a lot. He was in the Super Bowl last time with the Broncos. He's superstar dev, playing up to a 99, number 1 receiver in the league. Got Jose Gibson's a solid number 2, and then CJ Kincaid's fine as a 3. Tight end, obviously Marlon Giles, down to superstar, but he's still playing up to a 94 here in his age 30 year. Still very good tight end. They have a really good left tackle, superstar Dion Barker, 93 overall, big left tackle. They are missing their starting left guard, Donovan Jackson, so they will have the younger Victor Hernandez, 77 overall right now at left guard. At center, Nick Reveron, who missed the Super Bowl last time, is in this one, 86 overall center. Right guard, Sean Stapleton, playing 86 overall. And then right tackle, Marius Mims, who they picked up in free agency after the draft, 85 overall. So honestly, this offense, only hole is really left guard and maybe receiver 3, I guess. And quarterback, obviously, is a question mark with Witherspoon, but he's done solid so far.
Yeah, no, it's a really good offense. Really good offense all around.
Yeah, but defensively, this team gets better. Believe it or not, Angelo Delgado, who was really good in the last Super Bowl he played, playing up to a 92, along with Jimmy Decker, who's been on fire as of late. 93 overall. On the interior, Ed Stewart, X Factor, 97 overall right now. Reed Hastings coming in here, obviously was I think the number 1 overall pick for the Bengals way back when.
I don't know if he was number 1 overall, but he was first rounder.
He was top. He was top.
He was top 10.
He was
Yeah, he
top
was top
7.
10.
Okay, I don't know why I thought he was number 1, but yeah, he was.
I think he was one of the best players we had in that draft. To
Yeah.
be fair, he was A+, amazing.
Yeah. Or I think we thought he was the best player in the draft. I think we had him highly on our boards, but he's very good. Jacob Woods, superstar, 89 overall, is also very solid. They just picked him up too in free agency. They also have a rookie, so pretty good interior. Honestly, this D line is very, very incredible. Sam linebackers Jalen Waddle. He had a pick 6 in the last Super Bowl. He's here at 93 overall, X factor. Mike linebacker. I don't know if these. This is why I should go to the depth chart. So let's do that.
I'm seeing what you're seeing. I see.
Well, we're looking at the roster. That's the problem. Is it's not going to show the true starter because he is weaker. Oh, I will say, Angelo Delgado does have a severe shoulder injury. He's still good to play, but I think he's probably going to be taken out. Also, Jimmy Decker has high injury wear and tear. Ed Stewart has severe left arm wear and tear. So we might see this.
They're going to try to play through it, though.
Yeah, but yeah, no, it looks like Mike. They're starting already Cody, but maybe sub linebacker will be different. That's definitely a weaker spot for them. At will though, X factor Jamie Herrera, 94 overall.
Yeah, we'll likely see Jalen Waddle and Herrera.
Yes,
side by side,
probably.
Yes.
X factor corner rookie, by the way, he was the one that fell to them, to their first round pick, 90 overall now. Yeah, he's incredible. Quincy Sullivan, Niles Ward at their 2, and then Marcus Brackett does have a severe leg wear and tear, but Buda Blades is solid enough to pick up the pieces if he does end up exiting. Free safety Andrew Bakuba, who is here. I think he got signed. Was it last year's free agency? I want to say. 88 overall. He's pretty good, and then this strong safeties are crazy. Javier Beltran, 94 overall, X Factor, and then Bob Youngblood, 95 overall, X Factor. And Bob
they're going to play Bob Youngblood at the sub.
Yes, if you remember, he was laying big hits
do you remember
in that one. So this is a really good defense. Manu Cardona, they managed to end up with the best kicker in free agency. They picked him up, but they picked up a solid enough punter, Chad Tate. But yeah, this is a very good team. I guess kick returner just quickly look so I know who I'm talking about. Martin and Holman. Gibson.
Yeah, it does look like Bob Youngblood. Bob Youngblood is the sub linebacker alongside Jamie Herrera. So it's likely who we'll see over the middle.
Yeah. By the way, Tristan McDougal is the slot.
Interesting.
But yeah, I mean, I figured we're probably gonna see more of the Herrera, like you said, Youngblood moving down to sub linebacker. I think that's gonna be filling in for the Artie Cody. He's obviously not great. He's not terrible, but he's the weak spot in the defense. But they're gonna cover that hole up with their 3 elite linebackers essentially. But let's look at the team you'll be talking about during the game, the Falcons.
Us indeed. Let me go over to depth charts here so I can switch it up and get a good view of everything we're going to be talking about. Okay, Bobby Hendricks. What an absolute stud. I mean, he comes into the league as a rookie, lights up the league as a rookie, and then the second year he's just gotten better. If you couldn't have expected it, he just gets better. MVP of the league. Absolute, just absolute dog. I mean, I really can't find another word for him. He's just the guy for Atlanta and likely probably going to be one of the best quarterbacks for many, many years to come. At running back, they have Javier Delgado, who's solid. I think he's pretty good. And so moving on to fullback, Jalen Morris. They do have a fullback, which is fun to see. I don't see JSN. Is he injured?
It looks like it. That's a big loss to have here.
That is a big loss, and I didn't see him in any of the playoff games. I think he's been out for a while.
Yeah.
So behind him, of course, they have Glenn Barnett, who is a really good receiver. They also have Donovan Booker and Brandon Warren. So some good guys that they've picked up, of course. A couple of rookies here with Warner and company, but very good receivers. I think they'll still be fine, but definitely wish you had your offensive player of the year.
Yeah.
They do also have Brent McAllister at tight end, who is very good. 84 overall, actually, maybe not super crazy high overall, but he's X factor. So they clearly like him. He's fast and he's high morale, so feeling good about himself. Devin Myers at left tackle, dealing with an arm issue, and also we've seen Devin Myers up there in those sack
Yeah.
categories. A little concerned about where he's going to be, but the defensive line for the Broncos also has some injury concerns,
It's true.
so might yeah, I think a lot of guys playing injured, but still not does not bode well for Myers. Chase Weston at left guard, very good left guard. He should be an absolute anchor on the line. Another injured kind of center. He is going to try to play through it. Obviously, it's the Super Bowl. You're gonna. But Eric Alvarez at center, who's pretty solid. Behind him, Nick Castro. I don't think they want him to start. If they can avoid it, you'd like to see Alvarez starting. At right guard, I don't know what's happening here, but apparently Wyatt Millum
Yeah.
is their guy at right guard, which I would hope we'd see Colin Byrne over him. I don't know why he wouldn't be over him, but
Yeah, who knows? But the morale for
no.
Milam is really high, so
Maybe
he's
they just
doing
they
fine.
just love they love Milam's enthusiasm. But yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes him a great interior lineman. And at right tackle, it doesn't get much better. They have Maurice Allen at the left tackle, sliding to right tackle. Of course, they also do have Charles Woodyard, who is a better true overall, but I mean, they've rolled with Maurice Allen and had a good enough play to be confident in him. Though his pass block is not good, so I don't, so I'm still worried about that. Moving on to edge. Tuli Pelotu is still here, 12th year in the league, and he is starting at left end. Of course, behind him is Ben Quinones, who I believe was the starter. Was he starting? I don't know. I feel like I've seen maybe there's just
Yeah,
another
it's
Quinones I'm
can't
thinking of.
remember. Couldn't tell you.
But at right ends, James Pierce was dealing with a bad injury with his leg, but he's very good edge, of course, playing up to 91 with morale. Defensive tackle room's really solid, I would say. Tim McCoy, of course, leading the free agent acquisition. Mitchell Burris is solid, but behind him, I mean, solid D tackle group, but definitely not as good as the Broncos. I'll
Yeah.
say that.
But injuries are
Uh,
concerning for the D tackles too. I mean, they're top two guys,
Definitely.
but I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, would be a little concerned. I guess they'll have to scheme that one up. At linebacker, Sam linebacker Miles
Mahone.
Mahone, starting at Sam linebacker, Mike Fernando Castillo, who is very good.
Yeah.
Very good linebacker there, award-winning line Mike, and then Dale Stevens behind him. Will linebacker, also another good guy, Benjamin Palmer. Here playing at the Will, Matt Looker behind him.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's me too, buddy.
Looker. At corner, they have Nick Williams, who is very solid. Behind him is Jacob Parrish. Wait, dude, we were talking about a Parrish corner. Don't they? The
Uh,
Broncos also have a Parrish at corner, or is that?
uh,
Am I thinking someone else?
I think you are talking. Oh, they have Luis Parrish, their third running back.
Oh, I'm just lying to you then. Okay,
You're almost
so
right.
Jacob Parrish is here, veteran, of course, beside Nick Williams, and then behind those two is Trevor Livingston. So we might see a bit of him today, as long as Cassidy Swain. At safety, they do have a very good safety here. At free safety, Emilio Pagan, captain. He has the captain badge for a reason. Behind him, JP Hoskins, free safety. Might see a rotation. At strong safety, pretty solid player here, Miguel
Campanaro.
Campanero.
Yeah, they also picked
Uh,
him up as post free agency or post
that's
drafts. He was another guy sitting there.
true. That's true. Marius Pollard is also pretty good behind him, so we might see some of him. At kicker, they are fielding Joshua Cardi and punter Ryan Wright. So I think the defense, the Falcons defense isn't all that. I mean, they're good. They have some really good. I like their linebackers especially, but
Yeah.
I think it's definitely the offense that's really been the Falcons' bread and butter. Of course, the Falcons have played good defense, so maybe they just have a good coordination and good scheme. But it's gonna be interesting to see. Of course, MVP of the league taking on one of the league's premier defenses.
Yeah, it's gonna be very interesting. I will say on the status report screen in the main menu, It does say Jalen Walker is going to be out today. So, I mean, we'll have to see for sure when we get in there if he is, but that would be a big loss because the Falcons' edge depth isn't. I mean, they have Quinones, but Jalen Walker is incredible. So they would
Yeah.
obviously prefer to have him, but if he is out, that's going to be a tough one. But yeah, I don't know. There's not much else to talk about. Let's hop into this one. I feel like we should do a uniform matchup for this one because I know we did one for the Broncos last time, but
We can.
mainly
What do you
because
think?
I think they have some. Both of these teams have really fun uniforms. I still think we should go right back to the current alternate classics.
I don't
Maybe
know. They wore that and they gave them some bad
it's
juju. Maybe
true, but like I don't know. If not, then maybe we just stick because some of these home options. Why do they have so many current home options? They change their fucking uniforms a million times.
I do like the 2020s
Maybe do the
unis here.
alternate 2020s possibly. Um, could do the AFL Anniversary Home where they look like the
Oh my
Commanders.
fucking god, Jesus!
Ooh, the 75th anniversary is
Ooh,
certainly
I,
something.
I kind of like it. I don't know
I
why,
don't
but I
know.
kind of like. Maybe
Maybe,
go with the 2020s. Could be the
maybe. Hold
play,
on.
but I
Let's
guess maybe see what
see.
the Falcons have.
Because the Falcons, I think, do have some great alternates. Not the ones that are being shown right now, but specifically like the older, like the 90s, 30 Birds. I like, the night. Oh, the red,
Hmm.
89s are good. The 70s are decent. We could also just go with the base. I don't think it's too much of a deal either way.
I think we'll go with the 80s, the Falcons 80s unis. I do
Let's
kind of
go
like
with
those.
the 89
89s,
aways,
yeah,
and then
that's
we'll
good.
do
Then give
the.
yep
You sure you want to do
2020.
these 2020s? Okay. The which
Yeah,
one do we want to do? Do we want to do the alternate
the
option
home.
or the home?
Uh,
Wait, there's some multiple
ooh, all,
alternates.
ooh,
Or the color rush. Or the color rush.
color rush is clean. I do like the color rush.
let's
Yeah,
let's let's do the. I don't know. Maybe alternate though.
I do.
The
I like
alternate
the color
reminds me
rush.
of the Demarius Thomas days.
We can. You know what? It's your team. We're gonna be commentating. So sure, go right ahead. It's your
Yeah.
guys.
Plus it has. I don't know. Let's just do it. Okay.
Just do it. Fuck it.
We're jumping in here. Broncos Falcons Super Bowl. Broncos have been in the Super Bowl a handful of times now. In the recent memory, and Falcons' first appearance here since the obviously the blown lead of the century against Tom Brady. But this is a completely different group. Obviously, Bobby Hendricks coming out here, going to be taking on a very impressive Broncos defense, which I think is going to be the matchup that we're most interested in. But of course, Justice Witherspoon is going to be taking on a pretty good defense himself. So
Yeah,
very interesting matchups.
definitely. A lot of key injuries too. It's going to be interesting to be mindful of. Of course, I think the Falcons missing two of their top players, but Broncos missing their starting quarterback. So I think
Yeah.
it evens out a little bit.
That is very true. And just to confirm, yeah, it does Jalen Walker is on IR? Why was he on the depth chart? Or it was he? Well, he was, wasn't he?
Saw him. Yeah, I didn't say. I saw he had like a
No,
high
sorry, it's
injury.
James Pierce. They're like the
Oh,
same person,
yeah.
except one's like a really horrible person, and the other
He's
is
really
has not shown any reason to say that. Um, anyways, here
okay.
is Manu Cardona kicking it off to the Falcons.
Here we go. Indeed, kicking off to the Falcons. A return here. Pretty solid return. I believe that's going to be Trevor Livingston or maybe Swain, according to the depth chart. But here he is, Bobby Hendricks. Bobby Motherlovin Hendricks, the MVP of the league. Feeling very good about himself in this offense heading into it. But they are facing a nasty, nasty Broncos defense with bad intentions. What is he going to do? Coming out in I form, going to hand it off quickly. Be a solid little run there. Gets up about maybe 35. Gain of 7. And goes a handoff to Delgado. A little run. They're going to come out in this little single back look here. 3 guys on one side. Maybe this might be pistol bunch tight end.
Ooh.
Quick shot underneath. He's going to find his man. It's a quick little one there. Not too bad. Not too bad. It's going to be to McAllister, the tight end. Solid opener there. We've picked up a first down up to 42. 1st and 10 here in the shotgun. Gonna play action, looking to throw. He's gonna roll on, roll to the side there, kind of stepping up in the pocket, but his throw is errant. We're gonna look at the inactivities here. Yeah, notable injuries here: Parker, Peterman, Broncos, of course. I mean, that's a big one. Also, see Donovan Jackson, the interior offensive lineman. So that'll be something to watch. But here's Bobby Hendricks, the shotgun, looking to throw. Has time. He's gonna roll out. He's gonna take off. He's gonna make his way down the field. He's gonna get 10 and slide. That's very smart, Bobby Hendricks. Picking up a first down after a gain of 13. Moving the chains. Bobby Hendricks. Incredible play there. The quarterback just diagnosing the defense and deciding to take off with it. And it's going to be the Falcons in plus territory now, the 45. Bobby Hendricks handing it off to his man. That's going to be a solid little run there. He kind of slips his way through, but Delgado is eventually wrapped up at the 43 for a gain of 2. Miles Ward and company in there on the tackle. They're going to come out in this I-form look. Definitely looks like they're going to maybe give this one back to Delgado or work off play action. They are going to work off play action. Going to dump it off quick to his man in the flat. I believe that's the fullback. It's buckled. Yeah, that's Jalen Morris on the catch. Doesn't really get much. And on 3rd and 8 here, looking like their drive is in jeopardy. 3rd and 8. You got to find a way to convert. He's going to roll out.
Oh, my goodness.
He's the MVP. Wow.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. How did he do that?
He crossbody. He ran to his left, threw to his right, threw it to a receiver underneath, who proceeds to break a tackle and pick up the first down.
Crazy, because it looked like, I mean, he had a first down on his legs, honestly.
He didn't even look at it. He was literally turning around as he threw the ball. What an absolute play.
Honestly, more of a crazy play by Booker, who managed to break the tackles and get the first down. That's incredible.
Absolute amazing play by Donovan Booker. And 1st and 10 is going to set up the Falcons at the 34 there. They've continued their drive after a miraculous play. It's going to be a quick handoff to the running back. He is an absolute gasher. Breaking tackles. Javier Delgado. First down up to 16. And yeah, this Falcons offense is humming. Broncos have just had a hard time getting really any kind of negative play. They did get them on that 3rd and 8, but they just couldn't get off the field. 1st and 10. 3 tight end set. Going to hand it off to Delgado again, getting it up for a gain of 1. McAllister having some words with the linebacker there. And 2nd and 9 upcoming. Bobby Hendricks looking to throw. He's going to take a quick shot underneath. That was a lot of traffic, but honestly, a good throw and a good catch by the tight end, McAllister. Making this a 3rd and 3, so another chance for the Broncos maybe get off the field. Pressure's coming. He's going to have to find a man. Bobby Hendricks throwing under pressure. What an absolute dime.
Just wide
under
open.
Pressure. Wide open. I mean, that's the rookie, Brandon Warner, 84, and he comes up big. Of course, stepping, you have to kind of fill the shoes of Jackson Smith and Jigba, which is not an easy thing to do. He does it, and the Falcons turn in the first touchdown of the day.
Yeah, and he had to take a big hit there. He knew it was coming, but he just, he kept his eye on target and delivered a beautiful ball. Took the hit.
Ice cold by the MVP.
Yeah, he's this guy's kind of good.
He's kind of good, and PAT Josh Carty pipes it.
Ooh, that's one of their edge rushers, one of their starters. That's not
too good there.
Yeah, that's rough to see, especially because their edge rushers weren't really getting much pressure anyways. So, if he's out, that's gonna be brutal. But here comes the big question mark of the Broncos offense here after this return to the 25.
Kick returner. He's the biggest question mark.
But yeah, just the kick returner. But now here comes Justice Witherspoon, who this season has 233 passing yards, and that's not a fake stat. That's a true one. He has not played majority of the season. Came in the playoffs for Parker Peterman and has done good enough. And here's a handoff to Luis Parrish, actually the rookie. And he only gets a yard. So, I mean, Witherspoon's going to have to keep up with the MVP here, Bobby Hendricks. It's going to be tough because Hendricks is really good, but at the same time, the Broncos have great weapons, so they have a chance to make it happen here. Here's going to be another handoff. Parrish, again, when he's going to find a little bit of room for 3. He makes this a 3rd and 6. Interesting that they have Parrish out on the field instead of either of the Mats. But he is the power back, and they bring out one of the Mats. I think that's Knight, not Claxton. I can't really tell, but here's a 4-man rush. And Parrish, not Parrish, he's going to go quick to the running back. That is actually Claxton, my bad. Witherspoon gets it to him for only a yard, and Falcons defense, the really good 3-and-out there. And
Yeah, it's Benjamin Palmer on the quick tackle to wrap up the
yeah.
running back, and yeah, just good tackling. Like maybe the Broncos the quarterback kind of took it a bit too much underneath, and they just really couldn't get their drive going. So Hendricks is right back on the field to show what he can do. Of course, not associated or not related to Lionel Hendricks, Panthers legend. Motion here to be a handoff to the running back. He's going to absolutely gash. Oh my goodness. Oh, what a block. What a block downfield. He's going to make his way all the way up across the 50.
And that's why you get a fullback on your roster, because that's a big play.
Made an absolutely awesome play downfield to block for Javier Delgado. Great work by the blockers, of course. Good job, Delgado. A lot of speed here, and Delgado waited for his blocker. That was very smart by the running back. Basically, literally like riding Morris's cheeks there, making his way all the way up to where he was, which is now the 47. So Hendricks feeling very good about his run game. He's going to go right back to it and get a gain of 4 on the draw. Do a little bit of a better job tackling, but 4 yards is 4 yards. They'll definitely take it. And yeah, Hendricks and Delgado have been playing great so far in this first quarter, driving their way towards their second trip in the red zone, but they'll see if they can actually get it. Here's Hendricks with an absolute beam. I think that was Barnett.
I think that incomplete.
That was incomplete. Oh, it's 3rd and 6. Oh my goodness, it's gonna be a shot. Oh, they're gonna instantly find their man and have no trouble running. I thought that was
I thought that was in, by the way, too.
I did as well, but it was not. So it was not. So it wasn't.
Yeah, it just wasn't.
I don't know who 23 is. He's not. Oh, it's Booker. The receiver. I forgot. They've 23. Good Lord, Donovan Booker. God damn it. But, 23 is ridiculous.
Yes. Falcons, man, they're controlling this game so far.
Yeah, they've done a very good job. Honestly, I would say blocking. I mean, of course,
yeah.
Their MVP quarterback's doing quite a bit, and their running backs, Javier Delgado is doing great. But got to give credit to the big boys up front that are kind of holding it down, not letting the quarterback get sacked and letting opening up all those holes for Delgado. But here's 1st and 10. Hendricks in empty for this one. He's going to make a couple of calls here at the line, see something. He's going to take the snap, looking to throw, and he's going to draw. It's going to be a QB draw, shrugging off a defender, and tackled for a gain of 4. A little risky there, and they're going to come out and empty again, kind of after establishing the run with their quarterback. See what they can do with 2nd and 6.
Another one.
And they're going to run it again, and this time does not work nearly as well. Bendy play there. Martin.
Slot corner, I believe. Yeah, I mean, so it's interesting. Interesting to do the QB runs there, especially because I feel like the Broncos the linebackers are really good at forcing balls out. It's
very opportunistic linebackers. You want to be careful. So 3rd and 11 here. After trying the trickery on the QB run, they're actually going to run it again as the play breaks down, but this time it's going to be a 1st down. That's a bad job by the tackler, pushing him forward and giving him a 1st down there.
Yeah, I mean, it helps that Hendricks is a bigger quarterback, too, 6'4", about 230.
Yeah. He's a menace. 1st and 10 here, of course, Hendricks in the red zone now. He's going to hand it off to his man. It's going to be a quick run. Gets his way up for about a gain of 4. That's Delgado on the carry. It's not looking too good for the Broncos. They need to find a stop. They've gotten a couple 3rd down opportunities, but they just haven't been able to convert on any of them. 2nd and 6. He can dump it off to his man. That's in the backfield. That is the backup running back who's going to find his way all the way to the end zone.
Kemp.
That's going to be Devon Kemp with the touchdown.
Yeah.
2nd-year man out of Iowa.
Yeah. Oh, he's okay. No Irish heritage there. Obviously, that's not his thing. But I will say
might get notable flack for that on X.
A notable trend though. I feel like we've seen a lot of screens in the Super Bowls, but I think the screens have been notably in the red zone and 4 touchdowns a lot of the time. Your Giants did it last year. We saw the Browns do it a ton. We've seen it a couple other times. It's a very interesting strategy, and it's working in the league. And
the Broncos do it a lot as well.
Yes, they do. But speaking of the Broncos doing something well, they need to get their offense humming because they're down 14, and 6.5 to go in the second quarter. They do get the ball after halftime. They have a chance to keep in this game, but they can't let this game get too far out of their reach. And there's a quick tackle. He gets to 25. And yeah, Witherspoon, I mean, had 3 plays. He, got pressured pretty quickly. The run game just never got going. 6 yards. So we'll see if they can get something a bit better. Maybe try to get McDougald involved or Thomas involved. Here's another handoff. Parrish, the rookie, taking a weird cut there. Didn't really need to. Well, it gets 3 yards, but I find it interesting they're not choosing to bring Claxton in more here. But here's the backup tight end coming in on a motion. And this one a play action. 5-man rush, 4-man rush. He throws it on the run, and what a beautiful ball and catch to Tristan McDougald. That's a beautiful play, and that's impressive stuff that we can see from Tristan McDougald here. Making that on the sideline. Fullback in I form, motioning tight end once again. And this one, handoff up the middle to, that's Claxton there for 5. I think they need to get him more involved. I mean, the rookie, he's got promise, but it's been clear that the Claxton elusivity is necessary here right now. But here is Parrish in the backfield again, and he's going to fight forward for nothing. Sets up a 3rd and 5. Johnson there on the tackle. So we'll see here. They're in field goal range, which is important, but obviously they prefer to score a touchdown here to keep up with the Falcons. It's to some rate here. The receiver stacks to the top. It's a 4-man rush, and he's got time. Just easy check down, first down for Parrish. Yeah, they left that wide open, and Witherspoon's going to take the easy first down every time. He's not going to force anything down the field. He's going to take the man open if he's there. So first down, keeping this drive alive from the 29. Looking like maybe a little 5-down lineman situation here. It is a 5-man rush. Witherspoon has some time, gets it to his man on the drag, and that's number 86. Don't remember who that is off the top of my head. But they do have 2 tight ends set again. Here's a play action, and they were fooled. Witherspoon throws it to the backup tight end. He turns on a dime, and what a play. Stiff arming to the 5. What a play. Who's the backup tight end, too? We need
Eric Edmonds.
Eric Edmonds, the receiver.
Number 15.
No, he's the tight end. Yeah, he's been getting involved quite a bit here. And they got a little
86 CJ
thing.
Kincaid.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, shoot.
Kincaid, okay. And then tackled for a big loss in the backfield there. Castillo there. They tried a little trickery on that run, but it's going to be the last play before the 2-minute warning. Broncos are, moving the ball well here, which they really needed to show this because they, only had 1 drive prior that was shut down immediately. So if they can punch this in for a touchdown, they have a good chance to come back in this one. Here's going to go Lewis Parrish out of the backfield.
Wow.
Easy. His deceiving speed with his frame is hard. And there, of course, showing his Irish heritage. I mean, look at him go. Look at it. Look at it. Yeah, that's a true Irishman right there. Just, out of the backfield, they weren't really ready for it. And he just takes it in pretty easily. And that's huge because Broncos, like I said, needed to show some spark, and they showed it here on this drive. And they are only down by a touchdown now.
They are
pending
indeed,
this PAT.
Yeah, they get ball at half, I believe, as well. So
Yes.
that's definitely what they wanted to see.
Yeah,
The kick is
Broncos
up and good.
would love to see a stop here, though. They would love to see the defensive stand to at least keep them within a 1-score game. But obviously, Falcons' offense has been really good, so we'll see if that happens.
Fair enough. Cardona to kick it away. Back to Atlanta. BA return. Wow. 33 with an excellent play on special teams. They're going to show Javier Delgado. I mean, rightfully so. He's had a great game so far. 9.5 a carry. They want to keep getting him involved because he's been exploding all over Denver.
Pause.
Pause indeed. As we look at throwing.
Oh,
big play!
What a play!
Big dog!
That's huge.
Wow, that is a quick turn of events. Niles Ward with the interception.
Wow, that will work too.
Bobby Hendricks just tried to force it, and what'd you see there?
I mean, yeah, look at this play here. I mean, it was a great play by Niles Ward. He undercuts it, and it looked like he was not going to bring it in, but he managed to wrangle it in there. It hit his back of his left hand and caught it with both feet down. He tried to go to is it Barrett, right? Or is it Barnett? Receiver. Glenn Barnett, right?
Might have been Barnett. I think it was Glenn Barnett.
So he was going deep. Obviously, big speedster there, but Niles Ward just cut in at the perfect time, and that's huge because now all of a sudden you have a chance to tie this one before half. Witherspoon with tons of time. Open man. That's Kincaid again with a gain of 5. And again, spreading this defense out. The Broncos O-line has actually held up pretty nicely these past 2 drives here. Here's a play action. Here's pressure, but he gets an open man. It's McDougald, and he gets a big hit on him, but he holds on to the 22.
Yeah, get Tristan McDougald involved. Get Marlon Giles
Absolutely.
involved. These are dogs.
Absolutely. Giles has yet to get involved, but McDougald definitely finding himself useful in this first half as the Broncos do take a timeout. They want to take their time here, get the right play call. They know how important this drive is, setting themselves up for next drive they'll have probably being in the second half. So it's again 4-man rush. Witherspoon pressured, sacked. It's going to be Quinones there. Quinones on the sack, obviously playing in for Jalen Walker. Loss on the play, 2nd and 16. There's their second timeout. They're still in field goal range, which field goal, is still good here. They'll take that, but obviously they want to score a touchdown if they can. But I don't know. We'll see here if they can do it. But it's 2nd and 16. They have time. Spreading out once again. 4-man rush. Witherspoon pressured again and sacked again.
Ow.
It's Tim McCoy, the former Defensive Rookie of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Tim McCoy, former Texan. And it's a 3rd and 23, and they're backing up here. And, they do have a good kicker, but they got to be careful here. They don't want to take another sack and potentially push them out of field goal range. Here's a screen, and that was close. Parrish with great blocks ahead of him. Parrish with the speed, just fighting down as far as he can to the 20. And there's a timeout for the Falcons to save them some time potentially. And
Wow, yeah.
I mean, it was a good play
good
call.
job getting some yards back,
Yeah.
yeah. But no, the Denver O line I think kind of crumbled there.
Absolutely.
Finally, they were holding up honestly for the that drive, especially, and then the touchdown drive, but kind of started breaking down.
Yeah, but field goal there for Cardona at least makes this a 4-point game and sets them up good for the second half. But obviously, Falcons took a timeout, so we'll see if they have any plans to maybe try to cancel that field goal out here.
Yeah. I think with a guy like Hendricks, you are definitely going to try, though that return, took a while to tackle and doesn't bode too well for their opportunity here. But yeah, Delgado didn't really touch the ball on that last drive, of course. It's a very quick excursion. So we'll see if Bobby Hendricks decides to play it safe or is going to try to take a shot. I don't think he's afraid. And he's not. He's going to take a shot and fire it underneath, get a few yards. And I think they're going to call timeout here. No, I'm a liar, and they're not going to do that.
They actually hate you, and they're going
They
to prove
actually
you wrong.
do. They hate me, and Hendricks is going to take a snap here and just take it. I don't know why he didn't call timeout.
I feel like we saw this a couple Super Bowls ago where a team made the same mistake where they just, for some reason, they get a nice gain, they don't take a timeout, and then they get they.
I think it was against the Giants. Didn't that happen?
It might
what
have,
was it?
it might have been, but yeah, it's very interesting play calls there. But very interesting game. Felt like the Falcons had a chance to run away with it, but then the Broncos came back, which is the opposite of kind of how the game against the Rams where they lost in comeback fashion went. So we'll see in the second half the Broncos can maybe get a lead here, but we'll see. The Justice Witherspoon has done pretty well. Completed every single pass he's thrown. Hendricks, same amount of yards, but 2 touchdowns and a pick. 3 incompletions in there. Both quarterbacks playing well. But we'll see. Quick kick here. It's going to be returned. We'll see if they can get anywhere, and he gets to the 25. You really good special teams today so far. Really have not let the returners get too far on their run backs. But Witherspoon has been perfect on the day so far with 8 completions of 8 attempts. And it's going to be a handoff. Parrish again, who had the lone touchdown for him, only gets a yard. Falcons defense doing a good job maintaining the run defense stability. Going under center here, 3 tight ends. In single back, and it's going to be a pass. Witherspoon taking off maybe. He's throwing it on the run and just throws it away because he was getting pressured. Can't blame him there, but 3rd and 9 is going to be tough here. 3 receivers stacked at the bottom of the screen, including Giles, who's been yet to be targeted. 5-man rush pressure. He just has to throw it sidearm to Giles, and he actually breaks the tackle, fights, but stopped. 4th and 3. It's number 32, Campanero, on this tackle. And the quick 3-and-out. Broncos obviously wanted something different out of that drive, but
Yeah, good job by the Falcons getting off the field and preserving this lead. Or yeah, they're not going to try to
Yeah,
return that
it's
with
a
two
great
guys
punt
barreling.
though. Very great punt.
Actually, yeah, very good punt, flips field position, and Hendricks is going to have to start at the 21. Of course, besides that interception, though, this offense has been moving. So Broncos are going to have to try to pull out some defense here as Bobby Hendricks is going to hand it off to his premier man of the day. It's going to be a 5-yard gain for Javier Delgado. And yeah, I think they just continue employing a healthy dose of that because it seems to be working pretty well every time they've ran the ball. It really feels like Broncos have had nothing to do to stop it. And Javier Delgado breaking a tackle, and they do actually rally pretty decently there, only hold them to a yard. Coming out in I form here on 3rd and 4. We'll see what the Falcons do. Bobby Hendricks is going to play action, working off of
Oh,
Delgado and dropped
it's the
by the
fullback,
fullback,
right?
I believe,
Yeah.
Jalen Morris. Yeah. And I think maybe Hendricks looks maybe a little frustrated by the play call there. I think a bit of a concern, and that's a tough one. They're going to have to get this ball right back to the Broncos. So
Yeah.
back-to-back punts at the beginning of the second.
Yeah, and they catch a break here. Here's McDougald on the return, and he gets met pretty quickly to the 34. Witherspoon has a chance now with slightly better field position from their last drive, 9 yards. We'll see. Maybe they can finally take a lead here. Coming out in gun with 2 tight ends to the left of the line. Moving, of course. What was his name again? I already forgot. Number 15. Well, it's going to be handoff Parrish. Gonna get 4. Edmonds is the tight end, number 15, but
Number 15, Burger King
I was
Footless.
thinking the same thing, unfortunately. 3 receivers at the bottom in gun here. Witherspoon looking past. It's going to be a 4-man rush with a delayed rusher, and he's going to find a man. He just misses the throw to McDougald, hit him in the feet.
McDougald looked like I thought it looked like he maybe did he. I don't know. Maybe it might have been
No,
underthrown.
it was it was a little behind him and underthrown, hit him in the feet.
Wide open McDougald.
Yeah, 3rd and 6. 4-man rush. Witherspoon finding space, and he's going to get it to Marlon Giles with his first catch in a tight coverage from Campanero, but he holds on to the 49 and continues this drive. But yeah, it was a good, I mean, yeah, the last throw before, it was really good idea, just poor execution. And that one was a beautiful throw, especially in that squeezed pocket that he was in there. So the Falcons definitely put the pressure on, but Witherspoon, smaller guy, managed to navigate and find his man. Here's a read option. Witherspoon getting rocked. I don't think you want to go back to that again. That was
You don't want to see your quarterback getting mollywopped on those read options.
No, you do not want to see mollywop. A gain of 1 there for the read option. Witherspoon, 4-man rush, throws it quick out to Giles, but it's going to be a flag. Probably going to be coming back for Denver. Holding.
Ooh.
First
drive
penalty,
killing,
I believe.
honestly. Yeah, make this 2nd and long. That's huge.
Yeah, Deion Barker sets him back to 2nd and 19. Also, he has 42, still not in field goal range, so really got to get some yardage back here. There's a 5-man rush. He's getting pressure, and he's going to launch it downfield wide open.
Wow!
It's Marlon Giles for a touchdown. 58-yarder dash up the middle, just up the seam. Irish Heritage. He's dancing with the pole. I mean, that's a beautiful. I mean, again, both these quarterbacks really good under pressure in the quarterback, and he in the pocket, I should say.
The quarterback.
But
no,
what
yeah,
a beautiful throw.
Definitely makes up for that Tristan McDougald miss.
Yeah.
And they kind of draw up something similar, kind of. Of course, that inside post with the tight end, and
he was inside the post, all right.
He was very excited. He was just riding that post. He might probably gonna get fined for that.
Yeah, but that's okay. I mean, he scored a touchdown in the Super Bowl. It's his 2nd Super
honoring
Bowl
his Irish pole dancing heritage.
Yeah, but Marlon Giles, he scored one in their first Super Bowl they played, and they take the lead.
A huge play there and flips momentum back. Falcons are kind of on their back foot for the first time this game. We're gonna have to see how they can respond. Of course, they trust their man Bobby Hendricks to respond. It's just gonna be difficult. Of course, Javier Delgado still having a very solid game. Kind of been thwarted a little bit, in that, of course, the last drive isn't getting as much as he wished he could have. Of course, not those big gashes, but I don't think that's going to dissuade you from going to him. Here's Hendricks looking to throw in the shotgun. He's going to find his man quick underneath. A little bit of a spin move. This could be 84. I believe that is 84. That's the rookie tight end.
No, rookie receiver.
I don't think it's the receiver. No, it is.
It is. I promise you. There's a good run defense there. While you,
man, I'm not seeing him.
Number
Brandon Warren. You're right. It is him.
Yeah.
Sickening.
Oh,
Oh, QB sneak.
whoa.
I missed
It's
a
like a
little
late
bit
hit
here,
there.
but
Yeah.
Hendricks does get the QB sneak on 3rd and inches.
I will say one thing to note: the Broncos have done a good job forcing Hendricks to throw to his like 3rd and 4th options.
That's very true. Hendricks is going to look to throw in the pocket. Pressure is coming, but he is going to make a throw. A very nice throw there. As pressure it came in, that's Glenn Barnett on the reception. 2nd and 2. Coming on the single back look. Maybe we'll see a little handoff to Delgado, which we will. It's a spread look, but absolutely buried.
What a call.
Miles Ward and company were able to just diagnose it and sniff it out.
Yeah, they called a perfect blitz off that edge there to stop that run very quickly.
Absolutely. 3rd and 6 now, so a little bit of pressure here for Hendricks to convert and continue this drive. He's looking to throw in the pocket. He's going to dump it off to the flats. That's the tight end, but unfortunately, McAllister's out of bounds. 4th and 4, they are going to punt.
Yeah, and you've been seeing this Broncos defense. We saw it in the playoff games prior with the stats. They love getting creative with their defensive blitzes. Oh my goodness, big hit on McDougald there, but they'll start at the 21. But yeah, they love bringing safeties down. They love bringing corners in, the linebackers blitzing. They'll take anybody down the blitz and confuse the quarterback. But Hendricks has done solid, finding the right men. It's just unfortunately not able to turn upfield there. Play action. McDougald not McDougald. What am I saying? This Witherspoon tries to find something. It's going to be a penalty.
Illegal block in the back.
No, illegal forward pass.
It is. Wow.
Don't know about that, but okay. Interesting. I mean, he threw it into the dirt, but I guess he was across the line of scrimmage. Maybe enough, but that's tough to say there. But here's going to be a blitz. A quick throw. Giles gets rocked, holds on for 3 yards, but Castillo meets him quickly.
Penalties definitely set them back here.
Yeah, definitely. And 3rd and 12, obviously, at your own 19 is not ideal. It's going to be a tough situation. They're coming in with a heavy set, too. 2 tight ends and a fullback. And usually I love a heavy set, but we'll see. Here's a pass. Witherspoon rolling out left, finding a throw on the runs. Giles, who manages to break away, and he's fighting just short of the 1st down marker. It's a great tackle from Campanaro to end the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, and Giles almost made something happen there. He did. But I think they are going to probably punt.
Yeah, I think you kind of have to with the lead here. But, yeah, I mean, Giles, obviously the safety blanket, but also the ability to break off the tackles, too. 17-14, very close game here.
That interception is proving huge to get that extra 3 points.
Absolutely. But both these teams have been pretty good today. Obviously, defenses have kind of stepped up here in the second half entirely. Just really slowing down these offenses with great weapons and great quarterbacks. Honestly.
I think second half, they've done a great job of containing Bobby Hendricks and what he wants to do. The first 2 drives were touchdowns, and ever since they have not gotten on the board. So
very true.
Broncos have just kind of kept slow and steady, making drives, and the Falcons, they need to find something. They need to find something because they're down 3. We're in the 4th. Maybe you can afford going 3 and out again, but just do you want to? I don't think you can afford it really. You need to get some points up here, whether it's a field goal to tie it or a touchdown to take lead. Here's a little jet forward touch pass for a loss of 3. Beltran all over it. I'm not sure about that call, especially in hindsight. Of course, if it worked, we would be singing differently. But
if it would have been a touchdown, I would have said a horrible call.
That would have been terrible call. Here's going to be a play action for Hendricks. Going to dump it off to the man underneath. That's going to be plenty of yards for the fullback. Nice play by Morris there to kind of get some extra yardage and make this a 3rd and 5. And that was very good. That was very good rack for the fullback. But 3rd and 5, they are going to have to try to convert it. Here's play action pressure coming. They are going to find his man in the middle. That's Glenn Barnett with an excellent catch. Getting up to the 43 on the enemy territory. That's a momentum swinging pass and catch, honestly. Because now they're
absolutely
and opposite. Of course, Broncos territory. And
beautiful ball.
First down, a great ball. Great work by Barnett. Also, he flipped his hips just as they were just in rhythm there. That was a great play. So here we go. 1st and 10, 43. See a quick handoff to I think it's the backup running back with plenty of yards. Getting kind of hit there pretty hard, but
that was Delgado actually.
That's Delgado. Oh man, I'm actually just on crack. So ignore me.
For seeing things, it's okay.
Seeing things. All right. Well, aside from disrespecting Javier Delgado, We're going to get the eye for him here with Delgado in the backfield. He's going to get this handoff, and he's going to prove to me why I shouldn't be calling him a backup as he gets a first down up to the 26.
Yeah, he's been getting definitely more momentum here. Got stopped a couple times in the third quarter, but
yeah, and as good as Hendricks is, it really feels like they are leaning on Delgado more than I anticipated, admittedly. But they're really, I mean, they're getting so much production. I just can't see a reason why they would stop. And here they go again with Delgado with a very nice run, breaking tackles, gets up for a gain of 5, 13 carries, 81 yards. He is definitely the heartbeat of this offense right now. Just crazy when you have an MVP quarterback, but I mean, it's just how it goes sometimes. Be another actually play action, or not play action, sorry, read option. And Hendricks takes it for a gain of 4. Stung there after the tackle by Niles Ward, but he gets up. He's fine. 3rd and 1 upcoming. This is going to be a big 3rd down because if the Broncos can get off the field and hold them to 3,
this looks familiar.
Huge. And I think this is going to be a QB sneak. So Broncos are going to have to bring the best that they got, and they are not able to stop Hendricks on the sneak. They get a good push there, and the Falcons are able to convert.
Yeah, he's a big guy. Hard to stop him.
That old line has been playing very well today with all the run blocking, and it's just hard because when they get a push, good things happen. Delgado swallowed up for a loss of 1.
Time is ticking, by the way.
Time is ticking, and I don't think they mind that. I think the Falcons, of course, they could definitely get a touchdown here. And here's the motion. It's gonna be Glenn Barnett, and this little boomerang motion could be a shotgun pass. Gonna look to throw, finds his man. What an absolute laser to Brent McAllister. This would be an injury for the Broncos.
Another injury there, Dre, I believe. Yeah, that's another. I mean, we haven't seen as many injuries as I think we thought we were gonna see.
Not.
But it's helpful for the Broncos, and
it might have been a little more rotation.
Yeah.
And our man's in the zone here. Of course, he is having an excellent drive. Going to hand it off to the backup running back. That is Devon Kemp. And he just gets buckled there. 2nd and goal.
Yeah, his helmet just says racism, actually. The white man Woods. He said, "Nuh-uh, nuh-uh." You know my opinions.
No. Oh no. Oh no.
Not actually. It says end racism like the rest of them.
Yes, we all want to end racism. Here is a shotgun pass. Hendricks motioning his man, and stream's lagging. I can't see what's happening.
And it's gonna be a throw for 5. Booker.
I just don't know what's happening right now. It's currently frozen.
I know, mine is too. Unfortunately, here's a throw. I'm gonna just go full commentary mode. Sacked actually. And it's going to be a 4th down stop here. Here's the stream again.
Wow, that's unfortunate.
Network
series
settings.
To this.
I know the network settings getting a little dicey here today. The technical difficulties have been continuous. I did press B to back out a while ago, but it's finally here. It's fine though. But yeah, we should be fine.
Yeah, unfortunately, they have a chance to tie the game up. That's just a huge time not to convert. Joshua Carty pipes it. Makes this a 17-17 ball game.
Especially when you look at the amount of time that they burned. They're really putting a really good spot for the Broncos and Witherspoon to maybe go down the field and get a field goal to win the game with no time left. But we'll see if they can do it here.
Not a great position. Of course, they could also get a stop themselves. Ooh, that's a nice juke there. But yeah, they could definitely get a stop themselves. And, it's going to really just depend on what this quarterback can do. Of course, it's taking over the starting job in the wild card, and here he is.
Yeah, here he is. He's been good. Witherspoon getting the job done. Can he finish the job? Here's a handoff. So Claxton, he's going to get 6. He hasn't been as featured as we thought he would be. And Tim McCoy with the tackle, but that's going to bring us to a 2-minute warning. And, yeah, I mean, in reality, you're really only looking for another 30 to 40 yards to get in field goal range for the Broncos.
The Falcons' defense has been stingy.
They have. But we'll see if they can continue to be going into gun here. Witherspoon pointing out blitzer possibly. It's going to be a handoff, and it's going to be Castillo on the tackle. Sets up a 3rd and 5.
You don't get this, and the Falcons have a great opportunity here. You got to get this.
Yeah, they're going hurry up here. Oh, getting a jump, and that's actually huge, and that's a horrible decision by the veteran, TJ Tuipulotu. Sorry, is it TJ? Tuli
JT
Tuipulotu, yeah. No, Tuli Tuipulotu, I was right.
Oh, is it?
Tuli Tuipulotu, yeah. I don't know. there's another guy named not similar at all, but yeah, that's a horrible decision, a horrible play there from him. Very, very bad time to do that. Sets up an easy first down. Here's another run, outside run. Claxton not finding anything last year. They're still trying to run the football, obviously trying to burn a little clock here. They really don't want the Falcons to have any time when they get the ball back, but it's obviously has just not been effective. Here's a little 4-man rush delayed. Here's to be a quick throw to 89, his first catch, I believe. 3rd and 1 here. Big spot here. Going empty. 4 receivers to the top of the screen. Might be a quick throw over there. And Witherspoon actually taking a little bit of time. Gets a drag. A big hit on him. But it's Claxton, the running back, in a car wreck with Pierce, which he's used to. First down to the 50. A little over a minute to go here. Witherspoon with time, getting pressured, running out is the time, and he gets hit. Throws it incomplete. Stops the clock. It's a big hit from a big man there.
It's a little bit of time for you to reset.
Yeah, with only 70 seconds left in this game, 2nd and 10 from the 50, they're really looking to get a field goal range, and here's going to be a sack, and that's the opposite of that.
They had the running back wide open in the flat. I thought he was going to dump it off.
Brutal. Tim McCoy got there. They use the timeouts. 3rd and 17 from the 43. They need to get at least 15 here, probably. Here's another sack, Tim McCoy. With the Falcons timeout, back-to-back sacks, huge pickup in free agency for them to make the plays.
The trajectory of this game has just changed monumentally.
Absolutely.
Like, I mean, it was going from, looked like maybe the Broncos were going to get that field goal to win the game that you mentioned, but then just 2 sacks, held onto the ball too long, and the Broncos are going to have to punt it here and try to play for overtime.
Yeah, and I mean, oh my goodness, big hit. And I mean, Falcons going to have to go some distance, though.
And they are, but you're putting it in the hands of probably the most qualified man to do it, at least on paper. Bobby Hendricks, the MVP of the National Football League. What do you got in empty? I have to make some reads here, try to get these guys down the field in the pocket. Going to look to throw fire. And there's a fumble. That could have been game-losing. That could have been game-losing. They scoop it up, and they're going to go no huddle. Of course, the drive isn't over. They still have an opportunity, and that was a huge recovery by the Falcons. They're going to take a quick shot to their man on the outside. The 83. It's going to be a quick, simple completion there. That's going to be Wes Pryor, I believe.
That was
83.
23, actually.
Was that 23?
It was 23. Yes, it was.
Damn it, I thought it was 23.
Oh,
Let's see a quick shot there. Their man, another fumble. Another fumble. And the Falcons keep recovering it.
Wow.
They recovered the second one.
Wow.
And now the Falcons are in great position here at the 48. The MVP is going to run. He's going to take off. He's getting plenty of yardage. Oh, no, this looks like field goal range.
It does.
But they used their last time out. You're in a bit of an awkward situation with your last time out used.
Yeah, that's a huge run there. And wow. I mean, those 2 fumbles.
Wow. Yeah, so Falcons are in great position, of course, recovering both fumbles that could have definitely turned the tide of this game. He's going to hand it off to the running back. Of course, the man, you know him, Delgado. Quick gain of 6 and getting close to field goal range. They're going to spike it and probably take 3 here.
I just
maybe break one more
feel
play.
Like Denver are going to try to ice them, but I feel like they should have maybe you save that timeout and
I
ran
think,
it one more time. But I don't know.
It's
maybe still a long field goal for Cardi.
True. 19 seconds. Joshua Cardi is going to have to hit this one to take the lead in the Super Bowl. It's a slow kick. The kick is up and good. 15 seconds left.
All right. So, I mean, they got really lucky there. 2 not back-to-back, but 2 fumbles on the receivers, and they both managed to get recoveries there to keep the drive alive. And, I mean, they set them up at the 35. 1 timeout for Denver, maybe 2 plays. If they can get like a 30-yarder here, take a timeout. It's a different quarterback in. Monroe, the 3rd string, gets sacked. Tim McCoy, again, they got to take a timeout.
Oh, no.
Witherspoon's out. He got hit. This back-to-back sacks for Tim McCoy. Just taking Witherspoon out. And Monroe with 3-man rush. What do you got, kid? A throwaway, keeping them alive for another play. Cardona's target line.
Cardona has a leg. I mean,
does.
if you get a bit, it's going to be, of course, real difficult to get a PI.
I mean, you got to get to the 50 at least out of bounds, but it's going to be tough. They're going Hail Mary formation here. He got a little bit of time. He's launching it down the field. Can something happen? Oh, my goodness, almost, but that's going to be it. Falcons, another heartbreaking loss for the Broncos, and the Falcons take it with that game-winning field goal, 20-17. in a tight one, and Bobby Hendricks gets his first Super Bowl in a
Yeah.
already incredible career for him.
Yeah, MVP of the league, and he was able to do enough that last drive to get the field goal to put this one out of reach. And yeah, just it was a crazy last 2 minutes. Honestly, it really could have been anyone's game. And see the quarterback there, of course, for the Broncos, that he just was upset with himself, rightfully so. Witherspoon had a good game.
Yeah, I
Just
mean, it's
yeah,
tough. Yeah, he did have a good game. It was just, yeah, the honestly the O line let him down there at the end with the sacks, and Bobby Hendricks
mm,
also looked good other than the pick. Pretty great performance in his first Super Bowl appearance. But rushing, I mean, the
yeah,
the Broncos just did not run it as well. They had a touchdown with Parrish, but yeah, Bobby Hendricks ran it a couple times, but it was really Delgado who was super efficient on his 15 carries for
absolutely.
86 yards, and we saw it a lot. They kept just running the clock down, and they kept getting a ton of successful first downs with him. Receiving, obviously, Donovan Booker was a big player today. Giles was actually thrown to way more than I thought, so that's my bad. I think I
Those
called him
big
Tristan McDougal,
plays, yeah.
but he made incredible plays, just wasn't enough. Barnett, made a couple plays. Touchdown for the rookie Warner. Actually, McDougal was not involved at all. I was wrong. It was it was Giles that was getting involved. So McDougal only had one catch, and I think it was that one sideline one. But yeah, I mean, and there was two fumbles which aren't logged for some reason. Um, that's fine. Uh, but either way, yeah, I mean, 3 sacks. Revron struggled against Tim McQuay. It was those 3 sacks right at the end, too. Tim McQuay, he's probably going to be
Absolutely.
Super Bowl
That's
MVP.
probably, I mean, rightfully so.
Yeah,
Absolutely flipped the game on its back.
yeah, yeah. 4 TFLs, 3.5 sacks. Yeah, he dominated. Obviously, you got a couple other guys in there like Quinones. You got James Pierce. You had Hastings for the Broncos, but yeah, I mean, Tim McCoy, Castillo is great against the run. Broncos defense tried their heart out. Ward with the pick obviously had a great game himself, but the two forced fumbles, by the way, same guy, Bob Youngblood, tried his
Ah,
heart out on
young,
that last drive, but just
yeah,
couldn't. That was probably a big turning point too. Was those two recoveries there on those fumbles saved
definitely.
the Falcons?
I think a lot went right there for the Falcons at the very end of the game. Broncos definitely had a chance to win it. It really, looked like it was definitely in the Broncos' hands at the, when they were driving, and then yeah, just the sacks. McCoy just started wrecking the line there, and the fumbles, as you said, both recovered by the offense, kind of even helping get a few extra yards on
Yeah,
those fumbles, and everything just worked out for them. They kicked the field goal, and then just that, not enough time for the Broncos to make a comeback.
yeah. It was a very interesting game. It's really we've had a nice stretch of close Super Bowls though, which has been nice
Yeah,
to see. Do you mind advancing so we
yeah.
can
Do you
see?
want to you could go back and see as well after I do this? If you want to, real quick, see if you have any offers.
Yes, I will. I will do that. But yeah, this is
Shoot.
yeah, obviously very nice stretch of games. We had a couple really, you know, unfortunate Super Bowls. Also some interesting retirements we'll get to next episode that I'm seeing. Tim McCoy does win Super Bowl MVP for the first Falcons Super Bowl. Congrats to them.
Ever. Yeah,
They deserve it. They played great, and Tim McCoy, man, he deserved better with the Texans, but I'm glad he got his Super Bowl, and he showed out. Um, just looking at the weekly awards, otherwise Hendricks gets it mainly because of the touchdowns, but honestly, I do think. I mean, he played well, but I think Delgado was the heart of that offense, like you said. Um,
absolutely.
Giles for the and Ward were the guys for the Broncos, which I think is fair. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's a great game. We've had it, like I said. What is this now? The fourth Super Bowl in a row. Really, I mean, kind of fifth. Obviously, the Cardinals won. They were down by a lot, but tried to make something interesting. Um, but really, I guess 4 or 5 in a row of one-score games. and a nice stretch of Super Bowls, which I'm very happy to see. I love watching these close Super Bowls. That was a good game.
That was a good game.
I still don't think it quite reaches the Rams Broncos or the Browns, or not the Browns, the Raiders Bucks, but I do think it was very entertaining still.
Absolutely. I think that was definitely a top 4 Super Bowl for sure.
Yeah.
Fun. It was a fun one.
Yeah.
A lot of spicy things happening there. Definitely, it was a good one.
Absolutely.
Um,
Let's
yeah.
let's quickly see as the last thing we do here. See if Tommy Salami has any.
To be fair, you might also have to wait till
That's
next week. I
possible.
don't know if
It's possible,
it's
and if that's the
possible.
case, we will wait till the next video to do
Yeah,
so.
be a bit of a
Um,
suspense.
yeah. But if the offers are there, I will choose. Um, we'll see though. I don't know. I mean, I'm hoping I get some offers. I would love to go coach again, for a team. Maybe the Cardinals will bring me back. They'll say, "Sorry, we made the wrong call. We love you too
Imagine
much."
if you
The
did that in
fans
real life.
riot. They're like,
Oh man.
"Bring Tom," even though they're the ones who hated me the most. We were
Yeah.
wrong. Bring Tommy back. Why am I? I'm playing under Blazable still. Hold on.
Nice.
Can we? Can we not do that, please? I literally wanted to. Oh, I guess I signed out accidentally, not switched. Oopsie daisy.
Nice. Tommy Salami, you are a New York Jet.
Well, I hope not.
What if that ends up being your team? You're gonna regret
Then
saying
Jets, 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 Jets.
that. No.
But here we are, the moment of truth. There's nothing still.
I
So
think I think you'd have to wait for. Yeah, I guess we should wait for next episode, huh? To sim. I'm really curious to see.
actually, I don't even think I'll be able to choose. I don't because we don't have. I don't have any. I think it's just gonna be the CPU me chooses what team I get to go to if there's an offer.
I really want to. Okay, well, if we sim now, can we still look at retirements?
I mean,
In the transaction.
we can, yeah. It will this retirement thing will still be there.
Yeah. Do you wanna do it then?
Sure,
See one more week.
sure, go for it.
Once one force advance, and then see what happens.
Still free agent,
Uh, Still a free agent.
so we'll
I wish I
see.
could hire you. That'd be funny if I could if I could bring you in as
Yeah,
the.
I mean, you could technically bring me as a D coordinator. Well, actually, I don't think I could, but
I
that's
think it's
okay.
since you're a user, so
Yeah,
it'd be funny though.
yeah, but it's fine. We will wait until next time. Um, but thank you, Voodoo, for joining me in this very
Thank
fun
you, Cam,
season.
for having me. Very fun season.
Yeah. Unfortunately, neither of our teams were very good, but I don't know. We'll see. Something might change. But thank you all for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day. As we will see you next time in year 9.
8, 9, maybe.
This was
I think
8.
it might be 9.
It is 9. That's crazy. We only have 2 more to go. We're done after 10. But
Yeah, we're nearing the end.
we'll have something else special. We promise. We're
Very
cooking.
special.
We're cooking up.
A creamy Cam and
Mm.
Voodoo's creamy surprise
Yeah,
coming your way.
that's exactly what it is. So I hope you're ready for your creamy surprise. Open up. Sorry.
Open up, boys.
Thank you all for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye bye.
Take it easy.